Sticks.
Hello and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side Crew, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Renovision. The show that found out way too late the truth about Santa Claus and now has major trust issues. Tonight we're doing pickups, and of course we've got your Star Wars news and knickknacks. Then we're covering two Star Wars comic titles, High Republic 12 and High Republic Adventures 11. Our fantasy FET teams find out their draft positions, and Dom shows us some of this week's hottest collectible releases and pre-orders. We have a special guest tonight who's here to tell us all why he enjoys the Star Wars sequels and why they're good for the future of Star Wars fandom. And then, because no one has ever done it before, we're ranking all 11 Star Wars movies. How has no one ever thought to do this? I don't get it. So anyway, well, no one's done it quite like we're going to do it, that's for sure. And we're doing a special sequels trivia game. So let's get it going, fellas.
Pete?
I thought...
All right, one day,
you
one
were going to
time.
do it. That's why it wasn't.
After 2 years, 3 years of doing this show, we'll eventually get it ready. We'll eventually get it right. Let's say what's up to. We got a lot of people in the chat. Let's say what's. Oh, are we saying what's up? Let's say what's up to people in the chat after Jedi continues with his intros. Jedi, give it to us.
To prepare for tonight's show, he watched all the Star Wars movies this week. We were afraid that with all the changes and other stuff, it might be too irritating for him, but he did it. He said he only had to close his eyes and exercise deep breathing twice when Greedo shot first and episode 7, 8, and 9. We think he's ready. It's Macho Man Marco. They say if you love your job, you love what you do, you'll never work a day. This guy really loves what he does. He really does. But ranking your family's Christmas gifts, well, that's probably going too far. Christmas morning is going to be a battle royale at the Rent-A-House. It's Pete, the visionary Renovision. And he's not here yet, but his favorite songs must be Michael Jackson's Wanna Be Starting Something, because he's always starting something. Or it could be I Can't Help Myself by the Four Tops, because, well, he can't help himself. He's the guy behind the curtain. Be here soon, J.J. Maxwell. And he almost couldn't be here tonight because his wife told him to pick up all his toys first. That took a while. They're not toys, he said. They're research for the show. She ain't buying it, but he is here. It's Dom Tober, and the hunt is on. His fondest Christmas memory is waking up super early and running downstairs to find Santa had left him so much Star Wars stuff, it took his breath away. Action figures, picture books, every kid's dream. I'm telling you, last year was awesome. Merry Christmas. It's me, Jedi Johnson, 22. And finally, he may be the biggest underdog since Rudy, the biggest long shot since Rocky Balboa. But don't faze him none. His name starts with an R too, so he's got that going for him. He's the sequel sympathizing Sith from South Texas. Darth Ramruganson is here. Hopefully I said that right. Let's go, guys.
All right, good stuff. There you go. Great intro. As you can see, we have Rubin joining us today. I know this has been, I've gotten a lot of calls, texts, and I just don't, I get it, but I don't, all right, well, we're going to do this, I guess. Let's say hi to everybody. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Rubin was the first one in the chat too. So how about that? On the show and in the chat. Ed, you can't do this to us, man. Look, you're supposed to be here for the algorithm, and now you got a 2-day hangover. Do you not watch the show? Look, they even come with these now. Here, this isn't even a joke. I keep these up here just for when I'm hungover. These are like Freezy Pop, but they're Pedialyte. You can just get the Pedialyte Freezy Pops now, bro. You got to do it. That little sugar-free Red Bull goes a long way.
Little otters on them?
No, it's not Otter Pops, bro. It's like it's Pedialyte. What?
Well, they should have. They could connect them.
Yeah, when I'm hungover and do shows, I drink these now. I mean, people don't see it, but I'll drink those so to get it going. You know what I mean? Anyways, Justin, good to see you. Renovision's obviously here. Astro, I hear you've been.
Justin's my partner.
I hear you've been planning with your partner a little bit. Guy that will be showing up in a little bit. JJ, he's just a little bit behind today. Eric, we've already got a team name, but nobody else does. So, we're winning. Sticks, good to see you. What's that?
I said,
Dusty,
hit me up, Sam. We got some work to do.
Lopez, good to see you. Darth Lopez, good to see you. Obi the Gray's here. Kyle, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. Great talk with you the other day. It's good to see you, man. Thomas, and who else do we have here? Oh, geez. Oh, look at this. Don, we got a little Geekstronomy here for you. Did you have anything for that?
I don't know. Something Star Trek?
No, sir. That is not done here. All right, there we go. We'll get to everybody, the rest of the chat real quickly. I want a big shout out to my man, Steve Horn from My Bargain Comics. He sent me a little teaser. He sent me this because he knew couldn't get it all in the mail. He sent me one of these again. But these things, you remember these? Where we open them up, they got the little cards in there, little 3D and posters.
Oh, the little.
And he goes, I got a big package coming to you. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in time for Christmas. Which I'd assumed that this was the teaser to the big package, which means we're going to have plenty of giveaways. And we're going to do lots of cool stuff with that too. So big shout out there. Make sure you're checking out My Bargain Comics and Steve Horn, both on the what's that thing? Whatnot. Yep. And on eBay. All right. No, you're about to get banned. Can't we ban those words in the chat, Pete? See if you can do that. All right. As far as that goes, let's start off with pickups. We're going to start off. Yeah, get out of here with that. We're going to start off with Dom. Dom, give us some pickups, please.
Sure. All right. First things first. I got this little 5-pack.
What is that?
What is that? That is cool.
It is
The whole batch.
without the helmets. 5-pack. GameStop exclusive.
Interesting.
My GameStop has got
a have that. Are the GameStop stores going to get that, or did you have to by order only online?
They're gonna get it too, but
you didn't get from an actual store.
It actually came quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, my GameStops, all three of them have about nothing.
Yeah.
Literally, nothing. They've got 4 keychains.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I gotta make a stop at GameStop for the helmets because I haven't gone to check. I need the Death Watch helmet. I got this.
One of those?
It's like
Nice.
the repackaged Diamond Select.
Darth Lopez got me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Pretty cool. I like the way the package is. A little damaged, but that is.
Take what you get sometimes.
Hey, you can't help it. Then I got this nice little book, which is really cool. And I actually read it too, really quick, really good. And another 9/8 second print.
Nice.
You're really collecting the 9/8s.
Yeah, listen, gotta get the collection, man. That's about it.
Astro, I'll say this: mine suck, but 2 out of 3 stores, the kids are really great. They work there.
Oh yeah, one more thing.
Try. Oh, what else?
This is called the itty bitty. It's like a Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, I saw you open that on your IG. How does it sound? Does it sound good? Does it got bass?
It sounds pretty good.
Cool.
Even if I don't use it,
It's Boba Fett based. All right, Pete, you got anything?
Boba
I think we're fed out, Pete.
Well, I showed these already on a whole pickup show yesterday, but
So does Dom. Dom shows everything on his IG. Make sure you're
that's
following
true,
Dom on his IG.
but it's on this channel. But I did grab I did get my IDW online exclusives in. So I've been buying things in pairs. So I got High Republic 11, which I don't see any of these out there right now. Nobody really cares about that one because everybody seems to be wanting the High Republic, the annual for some reason.
Yeah.
These things were $10. They're $10 each, I think.
Now
And
they're going for like 80 to 100.
80, $90 now.
Dang. We talked about it with the con thing. We told everybody to order. Remember, we did the whole thing, the con thing. Told everybody to order them.
I ordered them, but
At least
I'm
Pete
not going to put the
listens to
extra
himself.
stuff on Whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Whatnot because Ben's talking me into it. So I'm going to do a Whatnot on New Year's Eve. So I'll let you guys out there all know. And
We'll see.
you can buy all this stuff for cheap if you want because it's at auction.
Your wife is kicking.
But that's all I got right now.
Whose wife?
Are you doing? How many books you can have on that Whatnot?
I'm trying. I asked Ben like what a good amount is because Ben's like the Whatnot guy these days. So I asked him. He's like, "Well, you want to get like 25 to 35 books?" I'm like, "I think I can do that with a lot of these like some of these variants and the extras I've gotten in these mystery boxes, stuff like that." So it'll mostly be variants, some Star Wars mixed in, but I'm still curating what to put out there. I got another week and or 2 weeks almost.
We have an idea for you, Pete. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
All right. Okay, Dusty, what's going on? Whose wife is kicking who out? I don't know. All right. Next up, we've got. Oh, let's go, Ruben. What do we got here?
Okay, you want me to put you around the room?
Yeah, we want to see what's behind you. Explain what's behind you first off. What do you got right behind you?
Okay, this right here.
Mhm.
This is a piece of sheet music with John Williams' signature on it.
That's sweet.
Nice.
That's sweet.
Okay.
That's sweet.
Now let me disconnect my laptop here.
Okay.
Because
Where are the boxes to your other side?
We're
The
gonna
Millennium
go around
Falcon and the.
in the
Oop, we're gonna lose him.
Looks like the
warned you.
He told me if I did this, he's gonna lose me.
oops, excuse.
Shaky internet.
Oh, nice. Let's see if it works. Dang, he told us he should have gone to the camera. He probably should have gone to the camera.
These right here.
This right here?
You're
Oh,
Frozen, dude.
yeah.
frozen.
Yeah, our camera froze. We should have done.
Oh, we didn't do it right. Sorry, Ruben. Hey, Ruben, you know what you could do? If you put this one on mute, you can grab that camera on your phone and swing it around. We'll try it later.
yeah, we can do it later. Yeah.
Yeah, because his whole room is like stacked. Like he's got posters to the right of him. Then he's got a whole bunch. And it's really cool, man. I don't know why it's not working now, but it was working earlier. We tested it and it seemed to work out. All right, JJ is still not here for news. Did anybody else have anything? Nope. Jedi had something they said he already did, and I kind of already spoke about what I was going to do. So, all right, here's how it's going to run down today. We're going to start off with comic book recap real quickly. We'll go into news after that. After that, then I think is it Ruben's time? Ruben's going to try to defend the crap that is the sequel trilogy.
That's not the way to sell it.
Oh, he's gonna the lovely stuff that everybody loves, the pieces of crap that are the sequel.
Then we get to find out how Marco feels about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what your feelings on it. And then after that, we're gonna rank all the movies, all of them, every single one. And then after that, we'll get into trivia. Then we do have the wheel too, because remember we still got the FET. We got the FET thing coming close. Next week we're going to have a little holiday cheer. We are going to open up the gifts that we gave to each other to Secret Santa because you know how much I love Secret Santas.
Not so secret Santa.
They're not secret because we know who everybody's giving whose gifts to. And number two, we're going to do the first round of the FET draft. Little point of order on the new year will be after the first show, and we might invite some people on to maybe give their first impressions of the first episode of the Book of FET. So if you feel like joining us on the day after, let us know. There is one prerequisite. We're going to give you a list, and you have to kind of answer the questions. But hit us up in the DMs or wherever. We'll make sure we can get you connected. A setup like Ruben's, who works perfectly. Even if it's not that good, we can always use no face or whatever. We can.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I think so. All right, let's stop delaying for him, and let's get into some comic book reviews. Hey, if you missed this book, you don't watch this show. Is that fair? Because we've only been talking about it for 4 months now. And maybe,
I missed it, but that's just because I'm lazy and had too much to do.
You didn't. You got it on It's because you bought it.
But I didn't get the Under Siege cover.
Oh! If you need that, by the way, little tidbit on Under Siege covers. There's still some left, so if you need to, they will fill the orders for them. A lot of the there was as of last week Thursday. A lot of the stores only ordered the A cover, not the B cover, because the B cover. It's so expensive, so they didn't order both. So it was in stock, and do it. Hey, James, what's going on? What is going on, Dwayne Scott? Oh, here we go, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Thanks for the laughs and great content. Hey, thank you. Merry Christmas to you, Joe. We really appreciate that. Wow, it's $20 super chat. We really appreciate the $20 super chat, Joe. And honestly, Merry Christmas to you, and thanks for hanging out. You guys all remember this. Everybody in the chat helps us out, so we really do appreciate it. All right. Speaking of this book, one of the reasons why is because as soon as we found out this man was going to be on the cover, we were like, look, it may not be the way we thought Porter Ego was going to turn out, but unfortunately, I think that's how he turned out. I mean, that's not how I visualized him, but yeah, the Under Siege cover, I know. He's just a cook. Yeah. We've been telling that joke for 6 months at this point. So do you remember this is an annual, so it splits it out? And what they did was in this annual, they used almost every writer to do one of the stories. So the first story started off with Saul, and he kind of used characters from his book. And they show in his original book, wasn't it his book the first time where we got to see this Ingle character and the rest of the crew in there? And they were in this little temple, and that's when we found out he was a chef. but he's also the Blade of Verdant. So
You mean in the book, but like the novel?
the novel, the
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
novel
yeah.
book, not the comic book.
Yes.
So they show that, and it kind of, if I got sad, it kind of makes me sad because we got to see Loden Gray's story again, and although they use like whatever this people mover or space X thing is, which was out of place, I think, I got to see Loden again, and this is kind of what I do like about the High Republic, like that this character's great, and they killed him already, right?
Mm.
So we feel the law, you know what I mean? And they did it in a good way. Like they killed him, brought him back, and then really killed him. And then they're going to give you a little bit of backstory and like shove it in your face again. We do get Amber, the dog, for the first time. And obviously we get Eagle, Porter for the first time to cook. But it does give us a lot of other people we've seen before. Kind of tells a little backstory. And it gives you, this is what I was saying about the kid-oriented stuff. If IDW did this type of story writing, which adds flavor to the novels that we read, and at the same time gives something we can read to the kids and make sense, like this greedy little guy who decides to knock down the whole thing and Loden saves him, I think they wouldn't have lost their licensing. I really do. But they decided to go a different route. So the story was pretty good. Obviously, at the end of it, it's very kid-orientated, so I don't think we really need to cover much. Wasn't much news that happened there. And a couple of these people died already. So there you go. Art was good. Next one up. It was done by Gray. So what am I going to give? I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 because it brings back three people that I think we all enjoy and we enjoyed reading in the novels. Sorry, we got Lonix, Affy. Affy is the girl who runs the vessel. That's the name of the ship. And then Matthew McConaughey, Star Wars Matthew McConaughey is Lox.
Looking
How
young.
do you say his name? Lox or whatever? Does anybody know how to say his name?
Oh, yeah, Leox, I think.
Leox. Yeah.
Leox.
Yeah.
And then they pulled I like what the artist did here because he pulled out how Geode was referenced, like how Gray, who wrote this, references Geode all the time. If you see him, he's in the panel down here, like hiding him on the rocks, and they make those smart ass jokes that they did in the actual novel where they're like, yeah, he's great at hiding and camouflage. Well, yeah, he's a rock and a bunch of other rocks, of course. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of the jokes that the crew was making, and the Jedis were like, are they playing with us or are they really doing it? Either way, they're on a quest. They try to get this stone of light thing. They go through a maze. They get chased down by the village people. The gun flip thing here was kind of cool. Eventually, they're like, wait a minute, we're not stealing from people. We thought this was an abandoned planet. They're like, well, now we're not going to be able to have our god be pleased. They use Geode to make their god be pleased, and they throw a party at the end. Yeah. Not bad. I like the writing of it. The art is not always my favorite, but very bright and colorful. Did anybody like this? I thought they did good. It was a good interpretation of how she writes for the books, so I was happy with it.
So I wonder how Dark Horse is gonna represent it when they take it over. How they're gonna go about, they'll do the kid oriented stuff to make it the kid friendly, but I think they'll make it a little bit more edgier.
Edgier there was some edgy stuff going on in the IDW. I think that's where they lost it. I think IDW tried to tailor it too much to adult stuff.
What the heck are they going to publish? I mean, I'm seeing here Stick saying they lost G.I. Joe and Transformers, and then Zaggy, is it Zaggy? Or no, Joe threw in they lost
Zach.
Marvel as well. So, like, what are they going to publish then?
Well,
what do they have left?
They got Godzilla and Power Rangers.
Yeah, they really don't have anything left, man.
No.
So I'll just be honest up front.
Boom
I
had
haven't read
Power
this one yet.
Boom, yeah.
Yeah, Boom's got Power. That's what I mean.
Boom
I
got
don't know
Power.
if they have anything left.
I haven't read this one yet. I read the other one. I kind of want to read this one now because it really got my interest when you said they were chased down by the village people. I want to know.
The villagers, whatever. The villagers. It was good. The writing played really well.
Do you have any panels of that? I really love it.
I did put it.
Okay, I'll read
Don't
it.
you
I'll
see?
read it.
Hey, it's back here. Don't you see him on the stage in the last panel? Don't you see him in the back? Yeah. No, but like I said, it was very true to the novel. So I thought this was a good add-on. And to have an annual that just isn't crap, which sometimes the annuals over there had been crap, like, I don't know, the regular Star Wars High Republic annual that didn't have shit to do with the actual storytelling, or the Star Wars annual that was really, really bad. Yeah, I think I think this was actually a really good annual. Next up, believe it or not, I mean, it's Ireland. Ireland's next up. Its first mission. I thought this was going to be bad because I'm not a fan of Ireland, but it actually wasn't the worst of the breaks in the annual. It was actually pretty decent. That is definitely not what's his name? The Jedi that everybody thinks it is. The what's his name? What's his name's friend? Not Poe.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. The guy that
the guy with Avar Chris.
No. I'm talking about the guy that looks like he's from the Clone Wars. The Jedi from the Clone Wars.
Plo Koon.
Plo Koon. That's not Plo Koon. Just so
is that what's his name though? Like the reason why I'm asking, I get to read him because I didn't.
That's Geo. Yeah, that's Geo, and that's Ra. That's Ro.
I got you.
JJ's favorite character, the girl from the Ireland books, Ro. But that is definitely not what's his name. So just so you know, I know some people were thinking it was, but it's not. Anyways,
family selling you out there, Jedi.
I absolutely did. I had the BGs. I like my disco. That's good.
This story pretty much plays Kate's where they were supposed to have a peace treaty. It looked like the Jedi or the Jabba the Hutt was going to get poisoned by something, but then the Jedi stopped it. And when the Jedi stopped it, then Jabba goes, "Yeah, well, how the hell are we going to shoot the place up now? Because I was going to be all upset that they try to kill us with some berry stuff. Let's just shoot the place up anyways." So he starts to shoot the place up, and the Jedi, of course, fight back and are like, "Hey, you can't do that." They stop them. We get a newish character, Nyla. Her clan isn't as new though. This is all these characters. A lot of them have been in the novels before. We've seen them all before. This is something that Ireland has written not only into some of her High Republic stuff, but is all and probably in some of her future High Republic stuff, but also wrote into one of her Lando books, like one of her Kitty Lando books that she used to write, The Great Escape, or so. It escapes my head what it is, but I think it was The Great Escape. So she's part of the. I wish JJ was here because I'm going to kill this name, and he would put her on to the right. Hainatina's royal family, and she definitely brings that up a couple of other times. Anyways, so she takes the Hutts as prisoner. Kind of cool. I have a feeling we'll see in her
that's
next.
Where we need JJ.
Nia Jax. Yeah, I bet you we'll see her in the next book that's coming out by Ireland. So get used to that. Leftover, no. Jeez. I can't stand the art on this story. I skipped this story twice and then read it at the end and was just like, I don't know why. It looks like old newspaper edits. It wasn't that exciting of a story. It really just has much to do. The name didn't even. It's Crash Crew. Do what they do. I mean, I know this is older. The guy that writes the normal Star Wars adventure. This is his story with some of his friends doing art. It follows somebody whose nickname is Crash. That's the girl with the pink hair. She's pretty much in charge. Remember, she's pretty much in charge of security for the Chancellor. She's got a bodyguard robot for some reason that looks weird. It's tough to fit. There's a Wookiee that nobody explains who it is, who's just standing in the crowd randomly. There's a lot of characters.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, it's a lot of characters that are actually other species that they don't really explain. Like there's a downwit named Friznak, which you'll see later, who firstly I thought was a Nihil because there was a Nihil that actually drove the same ship and is the same species, but it was not that Storm Nihil. The Samur character looks exactly. I mean, it's just a mess. It's all a mess. The whole thing's a mess. The art's a mess. The story's a mess. But the one part that if you missed it because I had to read it twice is these little drobes. They're using them to test the security. And this is going to be a big point later on, I assume, in Star Wars Adventures, because the guy who does it, it doesn't exactly look like him, but it is the guy down here, and that is dang, what is his name? I did actually write his name down. We saw him in the story that had to deal with Crix in the adventure one. He's the guy that's trying to backstab him on Corellia. So I think they're just testing it out. Now, with that being said, a lot of these characters in the security force, I think, is going to have to deal. I think we haven't seen any of these characters yet. Okay. I mean, we've seen the counselor and whatever, and the guy in the bottom, but the rest of them we haven't seen yet. I am under the assumption old Jose's got a book coming out soon called Midnight. What the heck is it called? In February, it's Midnight something. Midnight Horizon.
Spammed in the chat.
What? Yeah, cut that out. Oh, we might have to cut that one down.
Yeah, well,
Kill the spam. Jeez. Okay.
The one time
anyways.
I'm a moderator on the show, I could.
Yeah. One time the moderators aren't here.
I did something.
All right, cool. All right. So, anyways, a lot of these characters, although the art was terrible here, try to struggle through this story because, oh, by the way, yeah. So that one's a girl. That's exactly the two people with Chris. Try to struggle through the story because this story is going to have a lot to do with the novel that Jose is releasing in February. Okay. But yeah, it sucks. Sorry, it does. Last up, not a fan of this. I know JJ probably is because it's got that anime style, but the story here is really good. We get Calvin Scott coming back. He's doing a lot of work with the stuff that he did in some of his novels already. This is The Hall. It's got Laura D in it. It's another part of Porter, the cook, and Marone is in it too. One of the henchmen goes down there and tries to open up this safe thing where he thinks he's gonna get a lot of treasures. Turns out that Porter's there. He definitely pulled an Under Siege #2 popping out of the cake at this point. Was that Under Siege 2 or 1 where they popped out of the cake?
Oh,
Two
well,
on the
the
ship.
girl popped out of the cake.
Yeah, well, what my point. He was in the sub and just popped out and started whopping off people. D is smart enough at this point to run away. The other guy, not so much. D, as usual, to her par, throws him under the bus, takes off. Porter captures the guy, and now they're going to question him. And actually, it turns out, because they reference this later, that he, in one of the previews, he actually got the... Oh, no, they do it in the High Republic. He actually got the Nihil's, like, their hyperspace thing from this guy's ship. So that's kind of cool, man. I mean, it's cool that plays into the later stuff. Next up is the High Republic. Last week we told you don't get too excited because we don't think we're going to see the fight between Chris and Laura D in this book. I hope you listened. I hope that's not why you bought this book, but the story's getting a lot better. It's Jedi, knock it off. The other Jedi Sensei, knock it off.
That's why I started laughing a minute ago. I was reading his comment.
Well, the spam got him off track.
Okay.
Spam got everybody off track.
Yeah. We know we're finally doing something right when the spam's hitting us up a lot. It's only blocked for 5 minutes. Pete, you got to figure out how to get rid of that for more.
Well, I wanted to make sure before I did.
Make sure what? That it wasn't spam? It's 100% spam.
I could have just been somebody pretending to be spam as a joke.
The name's Loveface XYZ.
Pete is
He just wants it back in 5 minutes. It's okay.
Yeah, that's.
I want to see it again.
Yeah, let's see if they come up with anything better.
They're not going to.
They're going to try to sell us the guys this time that want to talk to us.
Astro, thank you for removing them. I appreciate it. All right. Next up, it is getting better. And actually, last week I prayed that they would write Chris a little better. I don't know what you guys thought about this book, but they kind of showed her. We all thought Skier was going to go to the dark side. We know that Kiwi's one of the lost 20s. I don't think we ever predicted that Chris is actually one that could turn. And when you see this book, you can see there's a lot of stuff. Like she's trying not to let the ship go. Like even Skier's like, hey, we got to help our injured friends instead of Kiwi and everybody else and the twins. And Chris is like, nah, forget them. We're not letting this go. She flips out. And then eventually, did I put it in there? It tells you later. So they go back. She's like talking. Gio's trying to give her now advice where remember early on, they had her trying to give Gio like, calm down. We got to do it the Jedi way and everything else. This time Gio Stanson's like, dude, like you're off your rocker. Don't do what you're doing. And she's just like, yeah, too bad. I'm out. In the meantime, Kiwi looks at the twins are not dead. They're actually just unconscious. And I don't know if this means that the link is close to each other or not. It was still understandable. Like I said, it's not a 10 for a 10, but it's definitely getting higher than a 2, which this book used to be.
The artwork is pretty good.
What's that? Yeah, the artwork's good too.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
I liked a lot of the stuff they were doing here.
This is
only
one that I
Thanos
actually look
there.
forward to reading.
Yeah. Oh, you always look forward to reading this, though.
Yeah, I've always liked it.
Even when it was terrible. Even when it was the worst thing
He's
out.
too much like Thanos in this picture, though.
Stop. Either way,
My only complaint, it's a minor one.
after Skier stopped Chris from taking the plane and saying to help the people, she actually ended up putting him to trial. So now he's not under house arrest. He's just waiting to have a trial in front of the jury of Jedis. And then he does this little montage where he's about to be Rocky and go for a run. But Kiwi breaks in, talks to him. It turns out that most of his species has like this mental thing where their brain starts deteriorating and he turn more animal-like. He explains that and how he couldn't control himself, which is an interesting spin. Maybe that's why he can't grow his arm back as much too with the proteins. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they got a little bit more into that. It added a little bit more character and flavor to him. So I actually don't think he is turning to the dark side anymore. I think he just end up going to be out of it. He might be a lost 22 now that you think about it. They go back to Chris. Chris is like, all right, listen, Kiwi, you're here to babysit me. That's fine. And Kiwi goes, well, I brought somebody with me. And she kind of gives him like what are you doing here? Kiwi goes, I got him. I promise I'm a Jedi, even though he isn't. And Chris goes, oh, that's so good. Good. I made a mistake. Let's all fly off there and go after the Nihil. We'll see what happens. But I do like that they gave final depth to this character. Like that she could just go out there and mind meld with everybody and just was always like, oh, it's the Force. The Force is one with you and the Force is one with like that was kind of lame.
So you think that maybe she's turning to the dark side and not?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because we used to think it was Geos, right?
Yeah, we thought it was Geo. Yeah, they slipped them now, right?
Yeah, well, listen, I think we're headed for a twist now that people.
Well, they're definitely not seeing eye to eye.
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of like dating there, and he was the one that was kind of like, forget the order, let's just go hang out and do whatever we're gonna do. She was like, no, I'm too pure of a Jedi. But now, it certainly does seem like she's skirting the rules. I don't know. Not even skirting. She's just letting the dark side kind of intrude into her thing. Huh. If that's the case, I mean, I have hope for that. She was so vanilla, like so plain of a character. Just so bland of a character. And I kept trying to like it, like everything with Star Wars. I'll give it a bunch, except for the 9th episode. So I will give everything at least a couple tries, right? But like,
couldn't leave it alone. You couldn't leave it later.
Her move in this one was very. Whenever she kind of went against what Geos was saying, said no, we need to go hit the Nihil now. Except, I mean, that's a very Anakin way of thinking. It's kind of what I was looking at too.
But even when she asked for Skir's saber and snapped at him, before she was like, they've written her to be calm and very just like, oh, okay, oh. Yep. Ships are flying through the air and blowing apart. Oh, I'm so sad, but it's okay. I'll just reach out and comfort people through their brains. It's okay. Like there was never any real emotion out of here. It was always just meh. And now she's like, oh yeah, you don't want to listen to what I'm saying? Give me your lightsaber. You're going to trial, buddy. And like, Geos, I don't care if we were fooling around or not. I'm not listening to you, bro. I gotta go kill some Nihil. So like, yeah, it's cool to see her go that route. And by the way, the last panel of Evie. She doesn't look like, or not Evie, Kiwi. Yeah, Kiwi looks like she's ready to go to war too. Like she looks like, hey, I'm going to stab me some Nihil. So that's cool. That's kind of what I want to see. I think it's about time. However we get it, we get a little bit more of the dark side playing out. It always makes it a more interesting story. So, except for in episode 9 when Palpatine got.
There it is again.
All right, next week we've got. Later twice coming up. This is actually going to be a roll into Crimson. It's going to be a crossover with Crimson Dawn. A little bit of a soft roll in with that. I will say this: if you find, we always knock the 50th anniversaries by Sprouse. I can't remember what the Sprouse is going to be here, but I will let you in on a little secret, or it's not, maybe it's not a secret. They are going to be rare. They are. So if you collect those, make sure you get them early or make sure you try to buy them now because they were limited and they are going to be allocated. Just so you know, this is not something new. This is something they let go like 3 weeks ago that the Sprouses for this book for Vader are going to be allocated this week. Just so you know. So if you can't find it, good luck. Get it before people start figuring that out, though. Seriously.
Yeah. I like that middle one. Middle one looked good.
That's the ratio. Yeah.
Was it the ratio? I was gonna say I could see that as being the Sprouse.
That's the ratio.
It looks like it's
no. The Sprouse is something else. It's gonna be. They didn't actually give a picture. I had an old picture of it, and I couldn't find where I had it, so I didn't dig it back up. Also, next week we're gonna have Trial of the Shadow. We're gonna have 2 stories of Trial of the Shadow here. They actually gave out a preview already. So we will let you know it's in the preview because we actually follow the rules and we do not release pictures of books before they release. However, the storyline is getting a lot better. She's playing that piano. It's cool. What I read in there is good. It's
Max
going in the right
Rebo's
direction.
piano?
No, it's not. It's a whole nother band, so it would be good.
Okay.
What's going on,
the
Mojo?
same instrument. She's inside a circle thing.
Anthony, what's up? Anthony Blaze, how you doing? It's not. It's actually like an organ. It's like a full-blown organ, not a circular organ.
I got
She has
you.
a whole band. She does some singing. They get into a little bit extra. We're gonna see some more High Republic stuff in there. Sounds good. Well, also next week, I think somebody already got this. Ruben, did you get this already?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
Right.
so did
Me
I.
and Dom. Me and Dom.
You and Dom got the Clone Wars things, but you're supposed to be able to pick them up in your LCS. What is it? $12.99, $14.99 for this? Something? It's the
I
Clone
don't
Wars.
think- Well,
Fuck,
the,
it's
$20
the
I think
Ahsoka
it
one
is.
you had to buy through Comic Man.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. Comic Mints.
Some of them you can get. That's actually also
right.
a PX exclusive, I think. I think they're doing it as a PX exclusive too. I
With
think
the
if it
PX?
glows in the dark, did
Yeah.
your lightsaber glow in the dark or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That's probably through Comic Man.
Yeah.
The other one I think is going to be a PX exclusive because it's a PX exclusive.
They have a Luke coming out too.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anthony Blaze says, "What's up, Dom?" This, on the other hand, we kind of briefly brushed it because we heard these rumors were going to happen, so we didn't give you all the covers last week. Holocron Legacy. Here you go. Holocron Legacy is being moved. This is because of the paper shortage to January.
Halcyon?
Huh?
Halcyon?
Halcyon, Holocron, yeah, whatever.
Well, the holocron is a completely
Well,
different
whatever.
item.
The Burr,
Confuse
you're
people.
right. You're right. The Burr book that we were all looking forward to. Well, Dom was looking forward to being really good. Now is hopefully they don't kill this character. Well, we're gonna have to wait longer. The new FOC, even though it was supposed to be last week, got moved to January 3rd. That's kind of what happened with the Sprouse thing too. So I expect to see a lot of this. The paper shortages are finally hitting the main Star Wars stuff. This is why this has occurred too. And they're moving it. What is that going to be? So that's 3 weeks out. 3 weeks out now.
So you think the
Yeah.
paper shortage is gonna like make these books limited? They're gonna limit that, not make so many.
I think they're going to limit some. Well, you saw what they did with the Sprouse thing.
Yeah,
Be careful because I think they might, and then others might just be delayed, and then people might try to sell you the fact that something's limited for a week,
Yeah,
and then show up a week
exactly
later,
right.
and they're everywhere. So
Yeah,
just
they're going to be every. I don't think
be
overall.
mindful.
I think maybe some of the variants that get low pre-sale orders might be allocated for a little bit, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be there. You know what I
you
mean?
know what? I actually think the 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s might be very limited compared because they're not probably gonna buy a lot of these. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, they'll make sure those things show up.
yeah,
It's like the B covers, the C covers is what's going to be limited. You know what I mean? Like the later on, like because they're already doing it with the Sprouse thing, right? The Sprouse is like it's a cover price variant. So the cover price variants are going to be the things that they're not going to do as many because how store ordering goes is the A cover always trumps everything else. They'll usually fill in a little bit of extra to get to the variant, but it's never on a 1-to-1 ratio typically.
yeah. Well, even if it is, we don't even have a good solid resource for print runs as it is, and then you mix in the fact that we're talking about variants that we wouldn't be able to know any sort of ratio or print run anyway. You just again, I'm just warning people: be mindful of sellers listing things because they could say whatever they want.
They
It
can say
doesn't make
whatever
it
they want.
true.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is going to be. I mean, once again, it falls on the rumors or the rules that we said yesterday or last week. If it's a number one, expect it to be highly ordered. Okay. All right, there we go. But so that's been pushed. But what hasn't been pushed is an FOC. The book everybody's been waiting for, Star Wars Adventure Bake Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did a race, and they're going to follow that up with a Bake Off. Good thing that we're going to have two books that have nothing to do with good storylines in them. All right, and that's all we got for the.
They're gonna finish up the trilogy with a book club. We're gonna sit there and watch them all read.
Exactly.
Oh my
Be
god!
very meta.
So that's it. Hey, what's going on, Shannon? By the way, I didn't see you sneak in. That's it, and that's it for the review. Run a little over time, but I guess I'll run news also now at this point. Unless, have we been looking to see?
I've been looking. I've been keeping
Okay,
an eye
cool.
out for JJ.
All right. You know what? Actually, let's give it a couple extra minutes. Pete, you got your wheel?
I do have the wheel.
Why don't
I
we
gotta
run the
switch
wheel
over.
real quickly? All right, so for everybody that doesn't know, we're doing the Star Wars, the Book of Fett draft, where we're going to draft characters. There's a big, long list of rules and regulations. I mean, it's more than 2 words, so it's big and long for me. That Jedi came up with. Some people are very excited for this. Ruben, who's your partner again? Is it Dom? Look at that. You guys are already teaming up.
Yeah.
All right.
Got most of the box here.
Dom's excited every time they reorder a cut scene. Dom posts it to the chat. Look at what they did now. I was like,
Hey,
reorder
This
cut.
is-
All right, let's go.
a dream come true.
It is. It's definitely going to be fun. Justin, who's Justin's partner?
That's my partner.
Hey, Pete and Justin. Okay, so
Yeah,
you'll
we
come
were
around.
chatting earlier today. We're like, we'll wait to see when we're picking, and then we'll come up with our plan.
Zaggy, good to see you. All right, let's pull up the wheel.
I'm gonna run the intro real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What's going on, Patrick? Okay. That is the intro. Wow, we have put a lot of production. I hope this thing works because we put a lot of production.
Yes, you have.
Of course, it's gonna work.
into this event. Thank you, Joe Classy.
Recolored and everything.
Let's go and swing. What is this for?
Well,
this
let's
is
let
for-
Jedi.
Who picks first?
Well, no, we're doing it. We decided to do it in reverse order to kind of build the
Yes,
anticipation.
to build some suspense.
So
Oh,
this is
picks.
for
I'll be back in one second.
this is for pick number 5.
Last pick.
So this is for basically the last pick in round 1.
Are we gonna snake draft it? So they'll
Yeah, so this will be the first pick in round 2, but
Yeah.
last pick in round.
they'll be able to go back to back.
Correct.
Cool. All right. We ready? We're spinning.
I never win anything, but I guarantee you it's going to land on my name.
Let's
Let's
go, Jedi and Sam. Jedi and Sam.
Oh my god! And it was like
Whoa.
perfectly. It was perfectly on your name. It wasn't like just an inch or nothing. It was perfect.
Sam.
See, you jinxed yourself.
Hey, it's experience, man. It's nothing but lifelong experience. Just my luck.
You jinxed yourself. I mean, in a regular draft, that would be good. If it was a 5-team draft, we were doing football, you'd be golden.
Really, 3 through 5, it's a toss up. You're all gonna have to do your homework 3 through 5.
It is until you've decided like on your favorite big time character, and then pick team 3 or 4 steals your character, then you're like, got to completely
And
pivot.
just so you
now.
know, because we don't know the names, I think we've said this before, but because we don't really know the names of some of the characters that we've seen in the trailers, we're going to be lenient as far as if you draft like, oh yeah, the Twi'lek that was standing in front of Boba saying something about the governor. Okay, we know who you mean, and it will count.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so this is for pick 4. Pick 4. It's going to go to Marco since he's not here. No, it's Domin.
Welcome to the pain.
Don't worry about it. Got a plan.
You're good.
You know what it is? It's because they're not here. We're going to spin this. I'm going to get the 3rd pick with Justin. It's because Marco ran off to the bathroom or whatever. JJ hasn't showed up yet. They're going to be picking 1 and 2.
Well, whoever gets number 1, they're only going to have him for a week, and then one of us
Very
is
true.
going to get him. So, yeah.
All right. So pick 3. Oh, click on the wrong spot. There we go.
JJ's true.
It is JJ.
Oh.
Justin, we got it. We got 1 of the 2.
It's rigged. This is all rigged.
You saw me build the wheel. You were here for that.
Maybe the 2 pick may be the best pick, actually. But
It might be. I was actually kind of quiet. I'm quietly pulling for that, but it's 50-50 shot. Oh,
There you go.
well, it's Pete's show.
we're all
Already
right,
winning.
Justin.
Already winning. Already winning.
Don't
I told you fixed it while you ran off. You were somehow slowing the digital wheel up.
Number 1 pick is the loser. Remember that.
Yeah, please. Number 1.
Well, that's it. Oh, well, Marco, you have the 1st pick.
We got it. We're already done. We already planned out all the picks anyways. So there we go.
Well, don't forget your first pick. You're gonna
1 week
give up.
only. 1 week only.
Unless he decides to pivot and does.
There's a
weird
lot of
thing
strategy
we're
going
not
on.
gonna do it. We're gonna
He
take
may
it.
pivot.
There's a lot of strategy.
Hey, Ruben, we're gonna have to talk about the.
I haven't seen
Got
Sam in
I'll
the
go.
chat, but yeah, let's just.
We've already
Yeah,
got
I
our
see
name
Sam
picked
yet.
out. We've already got our name picked out. We might have a dance already. You know what I mean? So there we go. All right. Thank you for doing that, Pete. I guess JJ, I just looked at the message. He's going to be running a little bit longer. So we're going to run news for him. I don't know what he put in the news. Wait, we could do down pops, but why don't we just do news? Why don't we just do news and see how it goes? And,
Without knowing what's in there.
without knowing what's in it, because none
I
of us
haven't
know.
seen it either.
He literally sent me 5 minutes. He goes, hey, I got some, real life hit. Could you really quickly do news? It could be really funny. We could do Dahmer news. What does the chat want? Does the chat want to see how ridiculous news will be without him, or should we just do have Dom do his
News,
weekly update?
News.
Okay, here we
All
go.
You gonna run it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I'll
Okay,
run
I
it.
got it too, just in case if you need it.
Celebrating. This is not gonna go well because he's only got the title, so we have no time.
Yeah, I don't know what the article's about.
1 year.
Celebrating 1 year of Star Wars: The High Republic with a anniversary special. Huh.
I'm guessing they're releasing an anniversary special. And you want to be to celebrate the
So
High
is this gonna
Republic?
be like an
Something.
annual?
You can celebrate
Is it gonna
something.
be
I don't know.
a
what it is.
novel?
I think it's
Is
just a
it
collected edition,
It's
maybe.
an
I
annual
don't
or
know.
it's a collective edition.
Hey, Nation.
Hey,
Hey, Nation,
I got a
television.
top sleeping bag back there, by the way. I don't know if you guys remember. If you've been watching the show long enough, remember was it last year around Christmas time? They had that clearance at GameStop. I got an unboxed Tom sleeping bag. So,
That's nice.
Could you imagine if this is how the real news worked? You turned it on. They're like, we hear there was a fire somewhere. Hopefully, everybody was
we
okay.
might have to go
We're not
back
really
with
sure.
JJ. We might have to go back with JJ and try to figure out.
We're just looking at the picture. It
a
looks.
bank was robbed someplace in the United States.
We think
True
they got him.
statement. True statement. True statement. This is awesome. All right, next
Cops were
up.
called.
That's right. The cops were on the scene. Okay,
There you
great. Jessica Henwick didn't return to Star Wars because Ryan Johnson thought her character was dead.
Oh, okay.
Who's she again?
I guess she was just a pilot.
Rogue
I just had a bit part in the.
Wait, wasn't that Rose's sister? But no, that's not Rose's.
No, it wasn't
that
Rose's. She didn't play. I didn't even know she was in the movie. To be honest.
So
I
apparently we
assume
thought she
we're
was
talking
dead
about-
too. Apparently we thought she was dead too. So there we go. Check mark.
So she
Believe me,
wasn't
that's not the
in-
biggest.
So they're saying she wasn't in The Last Jedi because
Yes, she
Ryan
would have been in
Johnson
Force
thought she
Awakens.
was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan Johnson. didn't
Ryan
do the-
Johnson, huh?
I think a lot of people apparently thought you were dead. This whole panel didn't even know she was in it. So problem number 3 with those movies. There you go. We can't even realize who's in that.
Wow.
Ruben, what's up?
Hey,
I mean, this is great stuff. I don't. This can't be
Helmet
on me.
on,
I didn't even do this.
goggles.
What?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Did
I
she
mean, they're
that is
recognized.
That is the camera angle you normally get when a ship is about to blow
She's
up.
about to
They
blow
always-
up.
They
Yeah.
should always show the pilot and then
Or hitting
Yeah.
hyperspace?
Or Porkins.
Does anybody know even who she is?
Yes, that's
Oh, no.
Colleen Wing from Iron Fist.
Yes.
Okay.
I
well,
was singing her
who-
praises because she switched and went to the Matrix movie instead of doing a Marvel movie.
He was Iron
yeah,
Fist
I mean,
and-
hey, there's some
Girl-
similarities. There's some similarities. All right.
She was in Game of Thrones as well as one of the.
There is a Han
Sand
Solo and Chewbacca series coming in March 2022. It's an exclusive. This is exclusive report. I think we actually need JJ for this because I know what he's getting at here. There's supposed to be a Marvel's Han Solo and Chewbacca series.
It's supposed
Yeah,
to take
we saw
place
some-
after Solo.
Awful
Talking
coverage.
comics or what?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Mhm.
after Solo.
Yes.
Yep. Zaggy.
Guess
this
what?
is- I think this is Zaggy. Zaggy. XYZ already left, but this is Zaggy's comment every week at somebody. Seriously. Okay. Yeah, she was good in Iron Fist. She was good in Iron Fist. Why does anybody care that a random
Oh, wow.
pilot? Whatever. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. This would be good. I mean, I guess we've got like
Multiple-
20 stories.
exclusives to #1. We all know that's going to happen.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bazillion. There's gonna be.
We already saw something. The one was terrible.
Yeah, one was
Was it John
really
Cena?
bad.
Yeah,
Was it
that
John
was it.
Cena?
Yeah, it was your John Cena one.
I mean, Han Solo had his own comic book. It really didn't do that well, did it? I mean, I'm assuming
No.
people read it that like Solo or Han Solo,
It
but
wasn't bad.
wasn't really-
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was bad either.
it's the one
But
where he had
even
to enter a race or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, look, I
Yeah,
think
I
this is
remember.
going to be basically about
Well, the Dark
Underworld
Horse stuff
too,
wasn't good either.
which is going to be good.
You think what?
What happened?
What'd you say? No.
I said
Who?
this is probably be about the underworld. So, because remember, he was going to go to see Jabba when Beckett told him they're putting a crew together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but then we know what happens because we've seen that before. They actually showed us both. They showed us in
no,
comics before.
10 years. We don't know what happened 10 years between Solo to New Hope.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
they
know.
were going
I
to
thought.
show
No,
us.
I thought you were asking if we knew what happened after when he went to see Jabba. We did.
No, we
He
know
took the
what
job-
happened,
He took
but
3 jobs,
he's
and
gonna
the
be
third
working
job
for-
he took, and he left the stuff. Yeah.
He's going to be working for Jabba. So, in the beginning stages. So, that's what he's going to be doing. That's what the comics basically going to be about, probably.
Well, I think the reference in Solo was to the payload that Solo dropped when the Imperials tried to catch him. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of was just a nod and a wink. You know what I mean? But whatever. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing more buddy cop. I wouldn't mind seeing more Solo. I always like the underworld, so I mean, I hope it's like that. But Jedi has a valid point. No matter what publisher has written Solo stories, they haven't really been good. Same thing with Luke, to be honest with you. Bring home the bounty. We'll talk about one of these items later. The other one looks like 2 items I think we'll talk about later. There's you know what this is over here on the right? This is by Love Your Melon. I know that because my wife talked to me about that. And then,
So, well, I mean, okay, the Bo-Katan helmet.
we're going to talk about
pre-order,
yep,
We're going to talk about
We're
it
gonna
later.
talk about
okay.
Dom's section. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Half this stuff always gets covered in Dom's section. Anything that's cool in this, Dom
I'll
covers
wait
it.
for Dom's section. 'cause-
Video game.
All right.
I didn't read any leaks.
I didn't read it either. So he's in the
Video
movie
games,
report.
video games. video
Jennifer
games.
Beals didn't know she was in the Book of Boba Fett even when she was making it.
What
Okay.
does that mean?
I don't know. He loves Jennifer Beals. Like anything Jennifer Beals, he loves. Now we have
Flashdance
found.
Big Flashdance guy.
Flashdance, come on.
Yeah, that's like a 60-year-old movie, and she had one scene that was okay.
It
still looks good.
Come on.
This strikes
What?
me as your typical clickbait right here because really, that's impossible. That she did.
Yeah, what did she think she was working on?
Yeah, he was doing a lot of that type of stuff. Which, well, we actually have. They actually have supposedly revealed some more stuff too in the clickbait stuff. But like, with you piece together some of the things, it seems like these might be higher up tweak-ins, and that they might be working for the mayor. Who did I assume is the Hammerhead character that we see later? But maybe she's the mayor. I doubt it, but maybe.
What did she think she was working on?
Star Wars. They
There's
said
not a lot of
anything
other
like
options.
Star Wars.
Flash-
I think this is all. I think a lot of these are supposed to lead up. I'm not doing a good job with this because I think these are all supposed to lead up to something, and we'll get to the punchline soon. 79-year-old Harrison Ford apparently ekes deal. Here it is to return to Star Wars. So a lot of people saw this and we're like, "Oh yeah, it's great." And let's see what his next slide is. Okay, yeah, the Galaxy Inquirer, perfect. Young Han Solo. That's what he's doing here. I get what he's doing now. So there's been a bunch of rumors going around about crap that's not true and sites that are very clickbaity, as Jedi had already pointed out. This one came out of a enormously, like, we got it covered. Everybody knows that's a shit site that just puts out garbage. There's another one that's right up there whenever you mention them, and they started this young Han Solo one, and they even said I think he just started this to joke around, but they even said in the article that it was like they're gonna Harrison Ford's been seen on site with the CGI technology to de-age him. And that's actually true. You hear me? That's true. It's 100% true. Yeah, on the Indiana Jones 5 site, he's been seen with CGI technology to de-age him. And they have said, yes, they're going to de-age him in the Indiana Jones movie that's coming out. That just started reshooting last month. Yes, it's 100% true. I don't know how that
nothing to do with Star Wars.
It has nothing to do with Star Wars. Zero to do with Star Wars. He's shooting Indiana Jones right now. Do you think he just like he's like, oh yo, bro, I'm gonna put in 3 hours over at Indiana Jones. I'm gonna hop over here. And part of the rumor said that he was gonna be a Book of Fett. I don't understand how that works out. Like, how do you you
have to understand one thing. They're gonna have connections to everything. He is a huge connect to Boba Fett. So there might be a flashbacks again, because who knows? Maybe they might.
Ruben, you're going to have to talk your partner out of drafting Han Solo.
Yeah, Jesus.
I
don't want to have to do it.
First pick.
like
Hey, keep talking, Dom. You're going to give him first pick.
I actually really like that theory, because who's the one that defeated Boba Fett was Han Solo.
Look, if the beginning of the Book of Fett opens up with total darkness and noise, and then Fett opens his eyes up in the Sarlacc, he sees the barge getting destroyed, or they show him thinking when he got hit with Harrison Ford.
That's not what they're saying here, though, Dom.
But
They're
that's the only.
But that would be.
He's not going to be there.
They're saying Han Solo just inked a deal to be in the Book of Fett. He just signed a deal to de-age himself right now. Today,
a show that's premiering in a week and a half.
It's been they were filming Book of Fett while Mandalorian 2 was still finishing up. Like, as soon as Mandalorian 2 finished shooting, because what's her name? What's the May Wing? She got called back, and she thought it was to do touch-up work. So this is a year ago. Touch-up work for Mandalorian 2. That's when they were actually shooting Book of Fett. So how is he signing a contract today? I'm not saying that they're not going to do a flashback sequel of, like, use a scene from the actual Star Wars movie and have Han there, but he's not on the stage last week.
No,
we saw the pictures, man. It's for Indiana Jones. Like, it's legitimately for Indiana Jones.
Hey, Dom's fantasy team is called Flashbacks. I don't care what he submits.
I know, Dom,
his team is called Flashback.
Dom goes, this rumor's 100% true, because there's going to be a flashback where Han Solo.
I'm not going to say it's 100% true. I'm just saying that flashbacks are going to be heavy in the Book of Fett. I read that prior. All the shows are going to have flashbacks. That's the new thing now. Star Wars is going to have flashbacks.
But the old thing are people saying things about things they know nothing about and putting it out there so long that it becomes accepted.
What I'm saying is this rumor is 100% fake. We're not saying that they can't have like a one-shot image of Harrison Ford. What I'm saying to you is this week, a lot of people have been on the internet going, hey, did you hear? Harrison Ford just signed a deal with Star Wars. He's going to be in the Book of Fett. He didn't just sign a deal with Star Wars.
I got it.
The odds of him being in the Book of Fett are very Ruben, you guys can take him one overall. I hope y'all take him one overall.
You have one overall.
Hey, I'm gonna be running around my underwear victory.
Listen, he's
Eric, do you hear this? We're winning. This is why we're winning. This is why we're winning.
He's in it, but he's not in it. A wanted poster with him on the wall.
Okay, but but that's the de-age. We're debunking the de-aging thing, right?
Hey.
The de-aging thing where they're like, hey, we're gonna have him on there, and then now he's gonna show up in whatever. But either way, so that was an interesting rumor from a crap site that we hit up. So I guess that was what the other rumor was, that she actually did. And so then we started talking about other rumors, since we've gotten the rumor of Beale out there too. And we were thinking, who could she be? Because she's got to be somebody upper class. She could be Jason Segul's wife, right? Seen hanging out with gangsters in the cantina. That's what she's doing. That's another article, clickbait thing. And for all those people that don't know who that is, that's the son of Hera and Hera and Dune. And also we're like, is she cheating on this? Because if Harrison Ford's coming back, we've also heard that her and Harrison Ford could be together. And is Jason actually the illegitimate son of Harrison Ford? And that would actually be the light side version illegitimate twin of Ben from the crappy sequel movies. So therefore you'd have the balance of life. And that's why they're bringing back those sequel movies, so that now Jason can be the light side of the Force and defeat Rey. What else does he have here? Mass Killer Droid as Chopper. He just came up with a bunch of this stuff.
The Force would have come through from Skywalker's side, not the Solo side.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to make Pete, you're trying to make too much sense out of this. It's all going to be a flashback already. We've already covered that portion of it. So they're going to have a flashback of Han Solo and her on there, and then it's going to be a Force-sensitive thing, and then Kylo Ren is actually going to be part of Hera, and Hera actually is going to have the Force. We'll have a flashback to Rebels where Hera actually uses the Force to get her ship originally, the Ghost, the end. All right, JJ.
And this is what happens when we run JJ's news.
I think it probably would have been better if JJ ran it, but there we go. But the
I even
chat's
made him an
going.
intro. I forgot. I made him an intro for his news.
Now,
Darth Ball's leg.
you
know what I mean?
Does it count if we use Han Solo and they DH'd him to do a wanted hologram? Because
I don't think holograms were in Jedi scoring.
I'm just saying, does that count?
If you draft Han Solo,
if you can explain to me,
I will give you the point. I will give you the point. If you want to draft Han Solo for that, then
first round.
Now listen,
we're
not getting Han Solo. We have a deal. I know what's going to happen. I know who we're going for. We're on the same page.
Rubin already drafted. Okay, Han Solo in the first round. There we go.
Han Solo hologram wanted poster. First round.
Oh my god!
I'm very
all right. Once again, we're not saying that Han Solo, some form of Han Solo in a poster might not show up. We're just saying he's not right now today shooting for Book of Fett. Book of Fett's been in the can for a while. It's been in the can.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Oh, now that's going to season 2. Okay. Whatever. Dom, we're gonna start a segment called Dom's Rumor Report, where we're gonna let him just go ham on all this because he takes it straight. He loves the rumors.
I heard
what he heard. Yep, I heard through the grapevine. I'll take the spirit of Jango Fett. I actually hear that Jango Fett's rolling head was saved in a Sarlacc pit, or in a
did we have that image rolling around?
We have that image rolling around too. So cool. I got it. All right, next up. Damn, we got to have him come back. Speaking of Dom, next up we have Dom's toy watch, Dom's market watch, Dom's whatever watch. Where did I go? Johnson, you wanted to talk about it. Here we go. Dom, introduce. What do we got here?
Here we go. First things first. A nice Bo-Katan helmet that's coming out, which is a common. You get it everywhere. It's coming out next year sometime, hopefully. But the newest Black Series helmet.
So my comment on this, Dom, and is not necessarily just about this, but this is something that I would probably want to maybe get.
What's up, Dwayne?
I'm just kind of curious to both the panel and the chat. What are y'all's opinions on this pre-order stuff? Because why don't they just put it out and let people buy it? Because they pre-ordered the new the Boba Fett, right? It's not hard to get. You can still order it. It's not like you had to pre-order it or you're going to miss it.
But that's why they do it.
Just building FOMO.
No, a little bit. They're doing it for two reasons. One, they found out if you do these pre-orders and you do pre-order set waves, they can reset it. So after the bots hit it the first time, they typically don't hit it the second and third. So it's allowing people to actually get it, which is kind of good, I guess.
This is the one thing I have about pre-orders. You got to pre-order something like this helmet right now, and it won't come in until the end of 2022, early 2023. That's one thing. Two, you pre-order it, the stores get it first, and you wind up getting an email saying that, unfortunately, due to people wanting it so much, your pre-order has been delayed even longer, which makes no sense.
The pre-order doesn't even guarantee. If you're one of the people that want to have it first, I want to have it first so I can IG it or whatever.
Love Face is back.
Pre-ordering doesn't even guarantee you're going to be the first one to get it. Obviously, from what you just said, right?
Yeah. It's not. It's really the
bro. I guess we just got to go to the website. Sorry, Tom, but Love Face is back.
No, sorry, Dom.
Did you get it? All right, I was gonna.
Okay, it's done. Jesus,
what happened, bro? Spam? What's going on?
We got hit with spam again.
Lots of Hawkeye episodes. Mafia rolled in to sell us their sexy websites.
Just go, bro. Just go website,
it's people trying to find the show and they are downloading the wrong show.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's part of our Wednesday crew.
All right. Anyways, yeah, I mean that's a little bit of annoying, but at least what are you gonna do? It's either you try to get in. I mean, there was a time period not too long ago where you couldn't not just pre-order, you couldn't even pre-order. Like it was done before you even got the pre-order.
Yeah. Look, they want to get the hype up now. They also want to get how many orders are going to be coming in because
they want to have an idea of what they need.
Things are more expensive these days, and they're not going to mass produce these things like they used to.
But is it even telling? Because a lot of people, because I've done this.
They are Astro.
I've done this with Funkos. Yeah, you get that pre-hype. I went on and pre-ordered a lot of things, and then after a while, I'm like, do I really want that? Cancel. Cancel. So is this even really? I don't know.
You know,
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at the chat. I'm sorry.
Tell
No,
you
yeah,
what,
I mean, I
you
hear what
see
you're saying.
the spam that came up, which I would like to see because it sounds funny.
It said in capitalization, the person's name was Love Face XYZ. And it said in all caps with an exclamation point, bro! Just go website. And I can't repeat what it said after that, but pleasure yourself is a way
a
of
movie
putting it.
starring Steve Martin and a popular bug spray repellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. In all caps. Bro! Just go website and there you go. All right. So it's been a fun day already. I hear what you guys are saying. I mean, what are you
Look at
going to
all
do, though?
that
You get
JJ's
no
missed.
shot of getting
No,
it.
I
Or you're
mean,
gonna have
I
to
know it
pay-
is what it is. It's not going away. It's just one of those things that
Well,
I'm
look.
wondering is it even worth? Is it worth pre-order? Is it worth it to pre-order it because
No,
you're not going to
actually-
get it? You're probably going to be one of the. You're not going to be the first person to get it. You may change your mind. It's just I don't know.
Look, see something like this, I wouldn't pre-order for one reason. It's a common. It's going to be all over the place. You can get it anywhere. It's
I mean,
not
yeah, you make a
exclusive
good
to
point.
GameStop.
You know what
Or
sucks? I'll say
can't
this.
you
You know what
cancel them?
sucks? You know what sucks? Well, so this was I got to figure this out because I accidentally got sucked up one time because there's a fig that I wanted. So I pre-ordered 2 figs. I just looked the other day. The one fig came out in July. Never picked it up. They never called me about it.
Yeah.
And the next one doesn't come out for another 2 months. So then I'm gonna have to go there and be like, "Hey, what happened here? I paid for this. I never got it. Like y'all never call. Am I gonna get credit for it? And then hopefully I get my other fig. You know what I mean? How do you know?
The Boba Fett Black Series, the Throne Room Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You pre-order it. It's not coming out until December 2022. So it makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying. The pre-order I did I thought it would be coming out. It was at the beginning of it. It's the Brother Trooper or the Brother Black series, right?
No,
I think it doesn't come out till like February, right?
it's crazy.
They
Well, it
promoted
also
that.
depends where you
last
order
year.
from too.
Well, it's
That's
game-
Like
true.
I order a bunch of stuff from Entertainment Earth, and sometimes they let you pre-order it, saying it's going to come out. But then once they run out,
Oh yeah.
you'll get a later date, which is fine, and I'll eventually get the figure. I just don't know when.
All right.
Like that
All
Ventress.
right.
How long ago did that Ventress come out in the stores? But I finally got my
Long
Ventress.
time.
Yeah, but I got it. And I
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
got
to
it
fight
too.
it.
You got it.
Eventually it came.
All right.
All right, next we have a new Darth Maul
Sure.
is coming out. Duel of Fates. It's a 3-piece set that's coming out from Amazon, which this is dropping first, the Darth Maul, and then either Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan is going to be next, which is kind of cool because the Obi-Wan is going to be the apprentice Obi-Wan that they don't have in Funko yet. When they
Are
do
they
drop.
Cool.
Are they going to attach like
Yeah,
the faces?
it's like
So
the
this is like the Bounty
it's
Hunter.
Bounty Hunter, the Bounty Hunter set, and like the Avenger set that came out, like the whole diorama, which is really cool.
That's
You know, I like those. Like I said, I'm getting the Bounty Hunters. I didn't pre-order any of them. I get them because they're pretty available at the GameStops usually. This one, I don't know. This one, Amazon exclusive, you may have to actually pre-order. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
But I like them. I like the connecting sets.
it goes in and out of
Mhm.
pre-order. You'll probably be able to get it. I think it's up now. I think it's still up now, if I'm not mistaken. But just keep checking. This is not coming out until at least July. So
You know, would you take them out of the box, or would you just push the boxes together?
I'm taking my
That's
Bounty Hunters. I'm taking out of the box. The only Funko Pops I have ever taken out of the box. Well, my Yoda I did a long time ago, but I'm actually going to take these out of the box and put them together.
There you go.
Yeah. You know which connecting set they're never going to have to make up one of?
I might have to do it myself too.
What's that?
The sequels. I mean, you got the Bounty Hunters of the original, you got this of the prequels, but there definitely is no scene like that in the sequels.
Wow.
All right, next
Every segment.
Ruben's
Every
Pow,
segment.
pow, pow.
Bam.
All right, this is pretty cool. If for your army builders, just came out. There was a House Pulse exclusive that it's still up for pre-order right now for 41 and change, almost $42, and it's 3 different Scarab Troopers, which is really cool. Which
6
if you're
or
the army building,
3 3/4?
yeah,
3 3/4. They're a little
the
smaller
vintage line, which
Okay.
is pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I definitely had to pass on it because, like I said, I got to downsize my collection and start picking and choosing what I really like.
Well, you can start
Yeah,
by
Thomas-
sending me those Bad Batch thing you just showed off today if you want to downsize.
Yeah, whatever you want to downsize, Dom. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got,
You got my address.
You always
I
give
know.
away too. Hey Thomas, this is what I was saying. That's why they do it. Like that's why that pre thing is like. Yeah, it still sucks. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. I don't know. Anyways, next up.
This is cool, and this is a common. It's not exclusive to anywhere. So finally, they're coming out with the vintage Fennec Shan, which is really cool. And like I said, you won't be seeing this until the end of next year, sometime. Maybe it'll come out earlier because actually they did put a little caption saying could come out earlier than predicting. So
do you think this one's going to be a peg warmer?
This won't be a peg warmer, I don't think.
You don't think so?
Okay.
I don't think so. Fennec Shan.
No, I think they'll
our
pick
character is really a lot of people I've spoken to. They really like a character. I'm actually getting.
I mean, she's a popular actress. You know, for those that followed the, I forget the name of the show now. The Marvel Shield.
Yeah,
she's
Agents
a
of
popular
Shield,
actress. So
Cavalry.
I might actually get this one.
No, I think it's going to be okay. But what I worry about is that they're going to overproduce it anyways for the need. Yeah.
Well, look,
like that's sometimes what they do with fan favorite characters. So
this is the one thing I hate. People complain that you can't find it in the stores, but then people complain when there's too much in the stores, so you can't win.
No, yeah, I hear you.
Back in the 80s, growing up, the stores were flooded with toys, and no one ever complained, oh, there's too many toys. Now,
well, there was Toys R Us back then.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Like, go to Canada. Canada, I can't believe they whine over there. Dude, they got Toys R Us, and it's like, it's stocked, and they're like, oh, this toy should be on clearance. And you're like, that toy should be on, shit, you can't find that. Well, in the U.S., this toy, when they originally sold it sold for $3 cheaper. Yeah, but you know who got them all? The bots got them all. So it did sell for $3 cheaper. It sold for $20 more than you're paying. You know what I mean?
People, right? People are people. Yeah. If they have it, they want it to be. If they've already got it, they want it to be rare, when you can't find it, right? Because they want it to. They want to have something rare.
Yeah. But if it's like the Funkos.
If they can't find it, if they don't have it, they're like, oh, there's not enough of these things. How come they don't make? Yeah.
But I actually think this figure is going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
Popular character. I have it. I already pre-ordered 2. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not knocking Canadians for that. A lot of my Canadian friends and that I see, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's hey, look, this is like $4 more than you spend over there, huh?" And I'm like,
"But look,
but you can't get it for that price. Like you can't. The listing price isn't what you can get it for. Like it's not in stores. You see, like they go into Target, they didn't have to deal with like they're like, oh, we got 22 Battle Cats here. You're like, well, we had 1 Battle Cat for 6 months, and now, yeah, sure, we got 10, but like. No, they're stocked all the time. It's crazy. It is so crazy. But
what you makes me laugh is like when Star Wars figures sell, they'll complain. But when they're on the shelves, oh, Star Wars is not selling. They are selling. It's just that you put them up there. People don't want those figures that come out. They want the hot figures. Try and find the Fennec Shans, the Boba Fett's. If you find those on the shelves, then definitely.
I don't know. You can find Boba Fett's. I think that was the Boba Fett gift, but every other one I found on the shelf. This one was all over the shelves. You could find these all the time. This is probably going to end up in Ollie's, to be honest with you.
Exactly. So, you know what? I'm happy that people get a chance to get the figures.
Yeah.
You know,
me too.
These scalpers with the high prices is ridiculous.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree. But I also understand what you're saying. There is a big thing where people complain like, oh, well, yeah, this, that, the other thing. But there's too many of these, but they're popular characters. And they got put out some stinky characters too, so. All right, what's up next?
GameStop I was in. I was just going to say the GameStop I visited yesterday actually had 2 of the Boba Fett Mandalorian Funkos and 2 of the Bo-Katans. So they're out there. I already have them, so I didn't buy them, but you can find them.
I'm happy everybody gets a chance to get them, you know?
Astro, you know what I see? I remember everybody was like, oh, there's no way none of us, we can't get, what's his name? What's the Bad Batch guy that everybody was looking for that came in the last wave? Echo. Was it Tech? Yeah, Tech. Tech. We'll never find. There's techs all over the place now, man. They're literally like they're doing a better job of it. You know what I mean? But I think now, who wants a tech? Nobody's screaming like, "Oh, I can't find techs." Well,
you see,
Doug's got a point.
It's like the Joes. Not to change the subject, the GI Joes. People wanted them. They were crazy. Now all of a sudden, you can find them all over the place. A majority of them, and people complaining. Oh, now they're saturating the market.
Yeah.
You know
no, I mean, I hear you. All right, next up.
Next, we got the.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Next, we got the new Boba Fett vintage that's coming out. It's deluxe, which they add a couple more pieces to it. Okay. And the downside to this is $27.
For a little
for
guy.
a vintage figure.
Get out of
For
here.
a box
Get
you'll
the
never open.
Yeah, so
no shot.
so basically, they're adding more accessories to these things. And,
Did they not
jacking
learn
up
from the
prices.
Rancor?
And look, I ordered 2 of these, but a lot of the collectors and a lot of people are complaining because they're expensive. Why would you want to pay $26, $27 for a figure that's the vintage, not even the Black Series?
Mhm.
I do too. I think the box kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, look, the box
So-
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. It's just that
But it
they
doesn't make
added-
sense to have a box for a figure.
Yeah. It's just they have a bunch of pieces that go along with it, some Stormtrooper helmets and a couple other things. But other than that, it's just the box.
Yeah, but those would look nice on the blister if you
Yeah,
have the
they
helmets
would.
all shown and laid out. And
Which is
That's
weird and
so
brings up
nice.
this point. Thomas is saying that Shan's her Black Series figure goes for a lot. Right. Black Series actually does have that. But a lot of these 3 3/4, especially in the US, I mean, they're not uncommon. So, and they don't.
Look,
You know what I mean?
happens?
Mm.
There's
And this is
people
one
who
of the
get
two.
these
It's like,
things- there's people get these things first.
Mm.
Like I have a friend of mine. He gets a lot of things first. He has a couple of Fennec Shans and a couple of Boba Fett's Typhon Boba Fett, and he's going to give me a Fennec Shan. I ordered Fennec Shans, the Black Series, and they're not coming in until God knows when. But the people who get these first put them on eBay and sell, and that's why the prices. And people who can't wait and be patient, they'll pay the money. People are always paying the money.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I
Well,
know.
it's also a figure you can
Deluxe
buy
is
at a
very
store.
loosely used now, Justin. It very is.
So would you?
You can
if you
return
bought
it to the
this-
store if it doesn't sell. That's the thing. You can put something up for auction on eBay. Oh, it's not selling. Well, I'm just going to return it and get my money back. It's like,
Well, they have stopped, like outside of the holiday season. They've kind of put a curve on that because if they can
Yeah.
classify it under collectibles, that's why you'll see it as a collectible. Like Deluxe is a collectible. They're starting to call these collectibles. You actually only have 30 days.
yeah, but there's also the reason why some of these people might have gotten access to that case before it was out
Yeah.
on the shelf is because they know somebody and they should be able to get this back onto the shelf. if they really want.
Joe just posted something that I was actually about to bring up when he said mystery boxes. So this is just a box. You can't see the character or the toy. What if they were doing randomly insert, going back to like sports cars and stuff like that? What if they were to randomly insert an AFA vintage Boba Fett graded?
Don't give them
90
any
some of these
ideas.
things?
Don't give them any ideas, Jedi. Don't give them any ideas.
You know
People
what?
would open the hell out of these boxes,
People will buy
Well-
like crazy.
Yeah.
and they'd
Look,
open
look,
them.
look,
Right?
Well, it would probably be
everybody
a
wants
card
vintage
inside.
Yeah, but then people would use a hair dryer and undo the glue, and then
Yeah, they would
re-glue
just open it
seal
up
them and try to
for
jack
the-
them up.
the golden
They start
ticket.
weighing them out. They start feeling them, throwing them
People are
everywhere.
just awful.
Yeah,
In general, yeah, bro.
People bring
Exactly.
scales into
People
stores
suck.
so they can weigh boxes and packs.
think about
Not
it.
even no, they put it on their
Well, you can't have
phone. They
good
bring their phone. They add the scale app, and you'll see, if you ever see some idiot, just put your finger on top of the figure. But they'll take their phone, they'll put it down there, and they'll put the thing on the phone, and they'll try to weigh out the card pack or the whatever. And yeah,
Remember,
I've
if
been
you do
doing it
anything
all
special
wrong.
to these figures, the price is going to go up.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So.
Yeah.
But look, they're gonna milk the crap out of the Boba Fett with Book of Boba Fett. This is nothing compared to what's coming. There's stuff that's coming that
Let's talk.
we're gonna
this one,
see. And
man.
now,
It's like this one.
now I have a big thing about this.
Pete, where'd you go? This is Pete's best. This is Pete's favorite.
The second wave of the holiday Black Series figures. Now,
This is fucking
I
terrible.
like the Mando with the ugly sweater, which is awesome.
This is so bad. That's not awesome.
You know what gets
This
me
is
now?
so not me. I mean, I appreciate when people buy these, open them up, and they IG pictures in action and all the cool
Yeah.
things people can do. I appreciate all that.
Come on, you
but-
wouldn't want the abominable snowman Wookiee? Come on.
God, I collect Chewbacca, and I wouldn't own that. No, I don't think so.
But look,
Unless someone gave
I
it
want
to me.
to let you in on a little secret. Now, tell me what is common with all these figures besides the ugliness of the clothes of the things.
They're all repaints.
No repaints. But what else? Look at the packaging.
The color red, I don't know. I
Look.
can't really see the packaging.
All right,
Really, That's-
Let me show you. Accessories.
Hmm.
Not deluxe. So if
Oh,
you
none of
get
these
to
are
put-
deluxes.
when you could put pieces in here in a single package instead of like hyping and making Boba Fett more money and Cobb Vanth more money.
The hell did I walk back into?
This is your favorite.
Correct. These are horrible. But look at
This is
the
your
extra
holiday
accessories they put in it.
Why does 3PO look like Jason Voorhees?
And why are they going to release these technically? Why are they going to release these technically after the holiday? These haven't released
They did
yet,
last
by the way.
year. They did it last
Is
year.
that C-3PO?
Yeah.
No, it's a droid, a protocol droid.
Oh,
It's a protocol.
Okay,
Oh,
they
protocol
better not.
droid named
Oh, my
C-3PO,
God,
bro.
they better not.
It's repainted. Look, at the end of the
It's a
day,
repaint of C-3PO, bro.
they come out after the holiday, which is strike
I'm gonna
number one.
pretend it's
Strike
not.
number two, they're ugly as all hell because they do look funny. But I like the Mandalorian.
yeah.
It's
It's
this repaint.
C-3PO. You
It's
can tell
the
me it's
repaint of this kit. It's this repaint.
all you want, but that's
Pete,
C-3PO.
I was telling them, look at the accessories that come with them. How come they don't make these deluxe figures?
It's literally that repaint of this fig.
The accessory? What you want? A little Grogu in a knapsack?
No, I'm just saying. Look, they got extra accessories, but with everything else, like the backpack with Boba Fett, they make it a deluxe.
Is that a Porg? What does he have with him at the Boba Fett?
Damn, Lopez. Damn.
Lopez just
Yeah,
came
Rubin
for
getting
him.
hit.
Yeah. Why does he have a pork? I don't know why he has a. Why does he have the snow thing with him? None of this makes sense. All right,
Listen.
these are ugly, but they're supposed to be exclusives too. I think.
And they'll be in a clearance before you know it. Don't
Hey,
worry about it.
JJ, what's going on?
Hey,
JJ, we
Here.
murdered your news
Yes.
section. We
was
killed
fun.
your news section. It was so bad.
Nice.
I would say this: if you got Yak Face 2 gets on a lot of stuff, so he'll probably release where these are coming to. But I think one's best. They're gonna do the same thing as last year. Best Buy.
Yeah, it's
Target,
probably
blah, blah,
staggered store
Yeah, I
release.
think they've already said they're exclusives to several different stores.
Nobody ever answered me in the pre-show chat, but does the Wookiee not remind somebody of like the Yeti from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah,
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
Exclamation
blah.
thing.
That's what he was calling it.
the
Yeah.
Bobble Snowman.
All right. Oh, that's it for the watch. That was a terrible note to end on because that stuff was pretty crap.
That's why I was last. Oh,
All right.
there was also fig pins that came out. 2 holiday.
Oh, I didn't
fig
have them.
pins.
Sorry, man.
But
We'll get to it later. All right. It's Dubsec. JJ, do you want to run back through your news section quickly and tell us what we did wrong? A 5-minute recap of your news section as fast as you can.
It's up to you guys. I don't care.
I kind of want to hear it because I think we ruined it bad. Like, first off, what was the first slide? What was the first slide? Yeah, as long
I
as
don't
it's
remember
fast.
I don't remember the order of them now.
The High Republic.
it was the
was
High
was the
Republic
first one.
annual.
year anniversary.
Yeah, can you talk about the High Republic 1 year anniversary? Cool.
I just wanted to remind everybody. That was just to remind everybody that was coming up, and they're gonna have a special with all the creators and stuff. I think on January 4th, which is supposedly the first anniversary of the
Okay.
what was the first novel? Light of the Jedi.
That was the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's that one.
All right. We were
That's all it
close.
was.
Taking a head break.
This was just
We
a shot
didn't
at
know she
Ryan
was in the
Johnson.
movie either.
Well, I just thought it was funny that he's such a bad director that he apparently couldn't remember if his characters were still alive or not. So
Oh, Rubin, even JJ's taking digs at you before we get
Yeah,
here.
Rubin.
no, that's a dig at Ryan Johnson. We'll get to that later. This was I don't know if you guys covered this one or not.
Yeah, we talked around it.
There's a new series, new Marvel series, I think, coming out. Except for
John
March
Cena
2022. Yeah.
Oh, we did this.
This
And Dom
was
covered a
just
couple of things.
So yeah. There's a helmet this time. Looks cool. So
I do like the controller here, though. This Boba Fett controller is kind of nice.
I was disappointed that it was a controller though. Like everybody thought it was going to be like. Of course, we got video game announcements last week, but everybody thought it was going to be a big gaming announcement, and it literally showed a picture of the controller on a calendar, and it was a controller.
Yeah, but
I didn't expect that.
I think it's kind of cool.
It
I'd
looks
buy
good.
that or ask for it.
I'll pick it up. I don't have a game.
looks good.
A game system. I'll just pick it up to have it.
Yeah.
All right, switch through this real quick. What
Yeah,
was
we
this
are.
about?
And then the
What's first
Eclipse.
details.
We didn't know what the details were, so we just
There-
moved on.
Yeah, sorry. There were hardly any details actually. It was basically just like, oh, it's going to be like it's a little more descriptive of the game. They plan to have like action adventure gameplay, like less like quick time events, like we kind of talked about when it was announced, and more like linear action game. So
All right.
That was about it. Everything else was the same. They don't have
Yeah.
dates or.
I think we
any,
just
like,
took shots
story
at
details or
rumor
anything like
sites,
that.
and
Yeah, we took shots at rumor
Yeah,
sites because of the next
more or
two.
less.
and Marco
Fly
started
through
listing
the
off a
next
whole bunch
two.
of places not to go to. He just kind of name
Yeah.
drop.
That's the purpose of the next two.
to
Is
get us
to,
in trouble.
We did. We talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about who they came from, and
Yeah.
that's just crap.
Yeah.
And then
That was just
Dom said he's picking Han Solo first in the draft because
Yeah, there was
something
that.
about flashbacks.
de-aged,
All right.
de-aged Han Solo.
DH flashback.
Yeah,
I was like, we've seen that. I actually sent the picture around as soon as they sent me that because somebody's like, "Oh, have you heard the rumors about DH Harrison Han Solo?" I said, "No, but I've heard the ones about DH Harrison Ford. He just shot this the other day, and it's him in the indie thing." And I sent it out, and it's like, "Yeah, I've seen it. Like that's the true statement." I was just
Well, here we can start rumors, even though this is obviously Fennec Shan with
Go
the blur.
forward.
It kind of looks like Echo from Hawkeye.
Oh, Echo's there. Echo's joining. Okay, good. So,
It does.
all right.
It does.
All right, let's get up. Everybody's back. Let's get ready. Ruben's taking the head spot. 79.
Yeah,
We got
we
through
did
this.
that, and then okay,
Yeah.
that's what we covered.
All right, good. We got it. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we pretty much did it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not doing this yet, though.
Not doing that yet. Let's move it back. Ruben,
Yes.
you ready for your time to shine, my friend?
Center stage, my friend.
Be nice, chat. Be nice. All right, Ruben.
Everybody
Explain
mute your
to
mics
us-
because you never know what might slip out.
Explain to us why. I like your shirt, by the way. Thank you. We really appreciate you supporting us, man. We really do.
And both my kids.
I know. I saw them. They look beautiful
Yeah.
kids you got there. Explain to us why the sequel. You can do it any way you want, but as a whole, is not a piece of crap.
Okay. Before I get started, this is a disclaimer. This does not reflect my opinion. Does not reflect these guys. Don't email them. All right. Don't go
They
to
will.
any of
You can
these
email
shows.
Marco.
They will. They
Yeah,
already
Marco,
have all
Marco.
week.
Send all your hate email to Marco.
There is something we need to take a step back on, and I'm going to do that real quick and as fast as I can.
Send all of your complaints here
All your
Yeah.
friends are-
or here.
I just flick them off, anyways.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. I understand these movies are. Oh my god. Okay. These movies are art, and art is subjective, right?
Mhm.
So everybody's going to feel something different, and that was actually by design when George Lucas started these. Now I'm going to take a little step back. I can go into a deep dive about how George Lucas had influences with Kurosawa, the Joseph Campbell, the Heroes Arc. If you want to listen to a really good interview, go to the mythology of Star Wars. He explains it all, how everybody can see everything different. Now, that being said, if you put 1,000 people into a room and say, hey, watch these movies, you're going to have 1,000 different ideas. Everybody has something that takes them away from them. So if you're going to create a sequel trilogy, you have to have one idea. You have to start from somewhere. Like, what were the 6 movies about? And that's actually where we have to start, because not everybody, maybe you guys do, and maybe some of you guys in the chat understand it, but I've spoken to a lot of people and they were like, I've never heard that before. If you actually listen to George Lucas's, the way he explains his movies, he says in his movies should be looked at as one movie. And in that one movie, he describes Anakin as it being a tragedy of Anakin Skywalker, and how it was the story of the chosen one from being a slave to a Jedi, his fall to Sith, and then the story that led to his redemption, destroying the Sith and bringing balance to the Force. That is the story. If you guys want to check it out, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, each trilogy is supposed to be that. Like, each trilogy is supposed to be exactly what you said.
No,
It's supposed to be
the way
redemption
that
arc.
George says it on the behind the scenes of episode 3, his 6 movies should be looked at as one movie. And it's the story arc of Anakin Skywalker. That's the way he says it. And if you have talk to George about that. I'm just repeating what he says in episode 3.
Yeah.
But the second thing that you would have to ask, if you're going to make a sequel trilogy, is what does balance of the Force mean? And I've spoken to a lot of people online at celebrations, things like that, and there is no one unified answer. Again, it's subjective. Everybody has a different idea. Some people think that it's a numbers game. Some people think that at the end of episode 3 there was 2 Jedi and 2 Sith, and that was balance. Now, if that's what you believe, hey, I'm not going to take that away from you. That's your Star Wars. However, I'm going to say I disagree with it, because balance didn't happen to the end of episode 6. And if you actually will listen to the way George talks about the Force, he literally says that the light side is selfless and the dark side is selfish. And the light side comes from compassion and the dark side comes from greed. And when he talks about it, he says you have to find a balance. So it means that you have to have both. A lot of people think that the dark side need to be extinguished. Well, you have to have a balance of both. So if you look at it as like on a scale, because we know two things in episode one. One, it's off balance. And two, there's a prophecy. It's been that way for quite some time. So we don't know how it was like this. I think they're going to hit that on the High Republic, how it got that way, but that's a different story. So you have episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 gets worse, 4, 5, and 6. The Emperor gets died, the Sith is gone, and now you have balance. Those are the two things that I wanted to hit on before we get into the sequel trilogy, because not a lot of people they all have their own interpretation, but this is how I think Lucasfilm is doing it now. I don't work for Lucasfilm. I'm not 100%, but that's how I think it is. Now, before I get into the sequel trilogy, there's one more thing. Ben Doolin, this is for you, okay? Because I've seen you in the chat. I've tried to go back and forth with you, and you're a great guy. But if once the Emperor is dead, that brings back balance. And in the sequel trilogy, they brought him back. They brought him back. And I had my reservations about it too, buddy. I really, really did. And the way I see it is the Emperor, the clone Palpatine in the Rise of Skywalker was just the vessel to hold the spirit of the Emperor. He was nowhere near as powerful. It's like the balance is technically still there. It might be in like an off balance, but it's technically still there. Because if you look at the guy, he is nowhere near as powerful. He can't walk. He has body parts missing. He's blind, and he needs that big machine to keep him alive. So that's how I saw it. And Ben, if you saw it differently, hey man, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just saying that's how I saw it. So there's technically still is balance.
Joe, you're saying Joe, not Ben. Joe.
No. Ben Doolin is what I'm talking about, because he's actually the one. I've actually talked to him on the chats before.
Oh, okay. And
he's always said that the Emperor, well, the clone Palpatine coming back is pretty much spitting in the face of what they did in the first 6 movies. We spent 6 movies trying to get rid of this guy, and they were just like, oh, we'll just bring him back. That's how I saw it. He's there just as the vessel until they found a better body. So that's how I saw it. He was nowhere near as powerful. Now, we can get into the sequel trilogy now. Okay, Marco? When I say my thing, I'm going to give examples. And once I'm done, then you can hit me back, okay? All right.
You're doing good, by the way. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go fast because I know I'm on a time limit.
We'll take as much time as we want.
Oh, well. It is my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I don't work for Lucasfilm. It is my opinion that the sequel trilogy meaning lies in The Last Jedi and in The Rise of Skywalker. Because The Force Awakens, all it was an intro story. That's really all it was. But in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, there are clues that are going to lead us, because Lucasfilm likes to cherry pick what they like, right? They like Thrawn. Let's throw him in here. I think what they're trying to do is build balanced Force users, or what some people say, great Jedi. Now, there are plenty of different reasons why I say this. One, we physically see somebody in The Last Jedi using the light and the dark at the exact same time for the will of the Force. And it went over a lot of people's heads. And for those of you saying, what are you talking about? When Rey is in front of Kylo, and Kylo's literally split down the middle, he's literally in one hand has the ability to kill her, and in the other hand, he has the ability to protect her. And he utilizes the light side of the Force to turn the lightsaber to kill Snoke. But what a lot of people miss is he utilized the dark side of the Force to cloud the judgment of a dark side user. Because Yoda says the dark side clouds everything. And then earlier in the movie, Snoke literally says, I have the lines over here because I want to make sure I got them correct. He literally says that the deed, he's talking about Kylo killing Han Solo. He said, the deed split your bone, split you to the bone, you are unbalanced. So Snoke actually physically saw that he was split into 2. And when he was tasked to kill Rey, Snoke literally was like, I don't sense your split anymore. You're completely dark. You're the heir to Vader. He was completely manipulated, and he was completely able to kill Snoke while him thinking that he was going to kill Rey. Now, to further prove my point, right after their fight with the Praetorian guards. I know people have an issue with that fight, but right after the fight with the guards,
I like that fight.
So did I,
did
but
too.
people had an issue with it. He doesn't go running to Ray and say, "Hey, are you okay? Hey, let's go save my mom." He's literally struck. He's literally stuck at Snoke's, looking at his dead body, almost to be like, "What the hell did I just do?" He realized he used both sides of the Force, and he literally says, the epiphany happens. He says, "It's time to let old things die. Snoke, Skywalker, the Sith, the Jedi, the rebels, let it all die." He's literally talking to us. He's literally talking to all of us, saying the Force doesn't want constant war. The Force wants balance. And the only way to actually get balance is to be balanced. Every Force user to be balanced within themselves, to be a great Jedi. And if you actually, excuse me, and then Mark Hamill says, it's time for the Jedi to end. Because if the Emperor can do this, if there's nothing but Jedi, it's going to cause a lot of balance also. So, and then in the next movie, The Rise of Skywalker, we get the name. We're going to get the name of what they're going to use. They're not going to use Grey Jedi. We're going to use Skywalker, because that's why the movie's called The Rise of Skywalker, because they're going to bring up the Grey Jedi. Now, the Skywalker saga is over. Ben died. The family is gone. The Skywalker legacy, that hasn't begun yet. And if they make Grey Jedis and they call them Skywalker, those stories can be endless. You can literally make more, because Lucasfilm is in it for the money. They're not going to make 3 movies, call it a day, and never touch this series again. They're literally going to make so much more just on the fact that you can have any species now. If you want a Twi'lek that's a Skywalker, that's balanced. You can have a rodent. You can have anything that you want, and they can represent their planet and bring balance to the galaxy. That's what I think about that. All right, Mark.
Cool. All right, so here we go. First off, the balancing of the Force. You've got it pretty close to correct. The thing with the balancing of the Force actually has to do with the story group, not so much Lucas. As you know, Lucas gives the outlines, but the story group is what keeps everything into place. And the balancing of the Force is always when the light side takes over, the other side pushes through. Lucas sometimes gets overcredited for what he does, because we do have to remember that he did hand out some pieces of paper, and kind of in the first 3 was doing more of the running around to
We'll let you
say fund it than he was to get some of the actual concepts out there. He'd give you a general overization. All 3 trilogies are very similar, and they have a similar theme. The Force is out of balance. We get an introduction for a character in the first one. The second one, we get the actual journey. And the third one, we get the redemption. All 3 are supposed to be the same. If you're talking about the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the final trilogy. The final trilogy, because of 9, was shit. It didn't satisfy that. Point number 2, you used a lot of defense for the Rian Johnson movie to defend the sequel trilogies. Guess what? The Rian Johnson movie was the only one worth half a shit. It was cinematically beautiful, made a lot of sense. For true Star Wars heads, it answered a lot of questions. Yes, it did, JJ. There's a lot of stuff that it did there that did pretty good. And also killed the count for the Metacron stupid shit that Lucas did early on.
Metachlorians?
The Metachlorian count, which is actually part of lore all the time, that so many Jedis could be made. Because it's the only way to explain it outside the Metachlorian count is that everybody could have the possibility to be a Jedi. So I have no problem with those. And I actually think that the Johnson movie makes the first movie, 6, a lot better. Yeah, I get that was dumb fan service for people who didn't really read books and weren't into the comics at the time and everything else. I understand that. I didn't like it because I thought it was panhandling too much, and that there were some parts that just didn't make a lot of sense. And there's some corny lines, but that's part of Star Wars, and that's part of introducing the new characters. So I don't have that big of a problem. The one that I have a problem, and ruined the whole series, mind you, because I went in with so low expectations because I just wanted to be done, was 9. And that's the one you've defended the least. Like, it made sense. It was really cool to show the ability of everything you said. When you talked about that Snoke scene where he was using both the light side and the dark side and was tricking him with the dark side, that's really cool, and a real cool Star Wars concept that a lot of fan fiction and a lot of Star Wars boards have talked about for years to see that happen. Leia flying 50 minutes through the space, although it seemed very long, was actually like 2 seconds. I do understand that was a little bit over exaggerated. Still a nice piece of film work. I can understand where people would have complaints with that. However, the moment of silence where they give the little tribute to Boba And the point where they talk about when Han's in the first movie, because I just watch all of them except for 9 because I couldn't get it done. Wasn't enough time. Not that I really hated it that much, but I might have subconsciously hated it too and not giving myself enough time. But when you look at that, where they did with the jumping through space, that's something literally Han says in the first movie. That second movie did what it should have done. I don't, and there is a lot of fan base that says that. Like when you go back and watch it, that's one of the ones watched by fans a lot more. It is, JJ. You could say no all you want. It is. I understand all that. So I have no problem up to that point. Number 9, though, there is nothing you could do with number 9 to explain. It did not fit in with the redemption story. It logically made 0 sense. 0. The books that they usually write for the novels ahead of time that fill you in a little bit had nothing to do. The books that they release afterwards to explain the little intricate parts, like they did with the other 2 movies. By the way, they did a really great job with that with The Force Awakens going into it and coming out of it. They didn't have them with that. They actually still are trying to explain holes in that fucking last movie currently in comics and in novels. When did that movie come out? 3 years ago? They're still trying to fill the holes, man.
Well, it had the redemption, though. You keep saying it didn't have the redemption, but you didn't get
what
the
redemption did they have?
Sacrifice.
Well, okay.
I'll say this: the Han death was stupid. I'll give you that. But all these movies have had some part that were kind of dumb. Like when you even think about how Boba Fett ended up in the Sarlacc pit, not exactly the greatest of thing. I'm blind. Boba Fett, Boba Fett's in the thing. Like I get that. That's always part of Star Wars. That actually is Star Wars. So I let that type of stuff slide. I let the Star Wars stuff slide. The stuff that I don't let slide is you going in your last movie just to crap on another movie because they had to go to you because the guy who wrote Duels of Fate, which was pretty good, also was a little crazy. Because if you ever read that script, yeah, it was fun, but it was long and you definitely could have shot that movie. So they had to come back to the only guy who would pick it up after that, and he decided to go back and crap on the franchise. I do know that in the first one, he said the one thing that I do hate, I wanted to create a film so that my kid could watch it and feel the exact same way that I felt when I first saw the first Star Wars. You know what I do with my kids? They watch New Hope because it's there. It's not like we lost this great thing. Now, Lucas did screw it up by the Han shot first thing. They'll never get to experience that. But at least you could see most of it. So I understand all that. But these are, as you said, see, this is where you fell short with your argument. You said that they're all supposed to be seen as one full storyline. And the ending of the story was so bad, it ruined the rest of them. And I know the chat's probably going to yell about, the middle one with Johnson. Great, good. I got it. Tell me when the last time you actually watched it. Go back and watch it, those 2 back to back. Go back and watch them back to back, and it's not as terrible as you think it is. This is a lot of the same comments we got when we had the prequels out there. Right, I get it. I get it. Lopez all the time says that, and then comes back and says, but 9 was garbage. It was, they're tweaking canon to try to help out 9. That thing was so bad. If they just would have ended it, and I don't even care how they ended it. If they ended it as Rey flies off into the sunset as nobody gets the heck out of here, we still get the Skywalkers coming out with the gray thing like you explained. Perfect. That's what I wanted. That's not what they did. What they did was crud. The fans it was toxicity in fandom was starting to go. It was something that you hadn't seen a ton. It was starting to creep up and peak up. And with that being said, they tried to feed into that. And when they did, that movie is what you get. You get horses riding on starships coming up from the water and people looking through dead daggers so they could find holocrons that give you map parts.
The Goonies moment was rough.
And whatever the Rey and Kylo thing was, and Kylo in itself is bad, but I'll let that slide till that movie. That movie was just, you could have predicted the lines that were going to come out of people's mouths. I remember being in the theater, and maybe it's because I got a good memory, but I remember saying the line under my breath, saying, "Don't say this." Saying the line under breath, and then the next thing I said was, "Crap!" I've never in my life said anything during a movie. I don't clap. I don't cheer. I don't say
why
lines.
not?
Because who the hell hears you besides
the creators appreciate it when you clap.
Yeah. I don't do any of that. The only movie I've ever had anything to say was during that movie when I was like, "Oh God, please don't. Please don't. Don't say it. Don't do it, man. I was embarrassed after I left, not only because the movie was so bad, but because of how I acted. Because I was like, please don't. I was thinking, please don't say, please don't have horses. Come on, man. I mean, there was nothing redeeming of that movie. There wasn't. It was not. It was so dark. He used so much star flares, dark scaling, that stupid lightning effect because he couldn't use just flares, so he had to use the lightning on the darkness. That's terrible, man. It was bad. The whole thing when you're in there and you're seeing now. Remember, I've only watched this one time. Remember, I'm doing this off of memory of watching it whenever it was. But I still remember when you go into that little exegol and you see it's all dark. You can't really see what's in the tubes. There's a bunch of lightning going off for some reason. Like, dude, this was so bad, so bad. Three things killed the last three films. How they made Luke a bitter wimp. He's always been a bitter wimp. Look, this is what I'm going to argue with this. Horse fighting starships, yeah, bad. Ray saying she's a Skywalker. Okay, I didn't care about that either. And I know before you start getting into what was the thing called? They call her Mary Sue or whatever. The original Mary Sue is Luke Skywalker, for Christ's sakes. So I don't even have a problem with what they did with her because they literally did a female version of Luke Skywalker. Except for at least she had some reason why she could fight. Luke didn't. Luke was just sitting around drinking blue milk all day long. Ray looked at the screen at Marco and said, "My name is Scott." Oh, that was bad. Yeah. Wasn't that in the last movie? That was the last movie.
The end of the last.
Yeah. Once again, terrible. The whole movie's terrible. I'm Skywalker. What? What does that even mean?
Fine. I didn't have that big of a problem with that.
I didn't have a problem with that either.
It didn't mean anything though. It mean nothing. But no, I get that. But you saw it. He panned up to her. You saw that she.
Listen, yes, it was telegraphed.
I mean, it was
you knew
so
it was coming.
bad. The movie cinematically, the one thing Lucas always did, I'll give him this. As much as I talk junk about sometimes his direction.
Wait. Stop. Don't call Lucas a good cinematographer in the least bit. Don't even go there.
No. That's not what I'm gonna say. That's not. It's kind of. I'm not gonna say that. What I'm gonna say was
not only cinematographer. He decided to film all the wrong parts of the movies.
At least he tried.
Yes. Phantom Menace could have been a lot better if he would have filmed the things they talk about and talk about the things he actually filmed.
But at least he was trying to do new things there and push new limits, right? Like that's what he was doing with Lucasfilm and everything. At least he was trying to do that. I went back and watched some of that stuff and watched the first three, and I was like, wow, this actually holds cinematically. You can say what you want. Just watch them again because it's the end of the year. Cinematically, a lot of that stuff still kind of holds up. It doesn't look like a film that was shot. JJ, I just watched it. You can't say no and shake your head.
Don't credit the special effects for them holding up.
That's all he did with special effects. But that's what
I'm just saying. Yes, there were special effects, but they could have spent the money on the special effects to do something else.
It's a space odyssey. You better have good special. It's the
but you didn't have to spend special effects.
Special effects were shit. They were nonsense. That's nonsense. I get you, but that's why I said Star Wars has always had that BS to it. I don't have a problem with that small BS. But at least when they do special effects, that special effects in both freaking 6 and 9 were horse shit. The stuff you see, no matter what you like it or not, the stuff you see in 6, 7, and 9, even though it's been remastered, and the stuff you see
6, 7, and 9.
Or I'm sorry, 4, 5, and 6.
7 and
4,
9,
5, and
not
6.
6.
4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6.
All right, yeah, because we keep saying
4,
6.
5,
I'm like,
and
you
6.
just keep
sorry, I'm
rapping
talking
on
about
Jedi and
7, 7. No, the stuff you see in the original trilogy, even though it's been remastered, and the stuff you see in 1, 2, and 3, right? That isn't. That still holds better weight cinematically than the stuff you see in freaking 7 and 9. 7 and 9 are trash.
You and I have a fundamental different definition of cinematically.
Yeah, but you also hate. Well, I mean, like as far as bringing in like the technical stuff that he did, like making the Millennium Falcon work and stuff like that.
Well, if we want to get into
a screen that actually holds up and you don't see background play like that, because he did do the overlays first, so that even if you saw it on a different thing, that it wouldn't do the separation that used to happen back in the 90s. So yeah, that is cinematically because it's eye appealing and still holds up today. Yes, yeah, I would say that. You're talking about putting together the scene scripts. Okay, I get what you're saying with that, and I'm not going to dispute that at all. And if that was the only problem with the sequels, I could have lived with that, but it wasn't. The telegraphing of lines. Remember when you watched the original? Remember you got the lot. You think the telegraphing of lines when Han Solo said, I know it wasn't telegraphed because he made it up on the spot. Luke, I am your father.
You want to talk telegraphing of lines, you just rewatched the prequel trilogy.
Picking moments. You're picking the best and your favorite moments.
No, hey, look, the prequels had problems too, but they didn't have as many problems. You're telling me that the prequels had as many problems as the sequels?
Dude, she died. She gave up the will to live after she just gave birth to twins. She had nothing to live for after giving birth to 2 children.
No. That's because Lucas's writing doesn't make a ton of sense. That's because Lucas is not. It doesn't, because
the writing is the dialogue, though.
That's what I'm saying. Oh no! I'm not just. You just said not the cinematic stuff. I'm like, yeah, the cinematic stuff's fine. Then you're like, well, the writing.
You were talking about lines just a second ago.
Can I?
Oh well, delivering the lines, delivering of the line, there's a difference between. There's a difference.
That's on the acting, but that's also on the director for not having them do that shit again.
But no. The original stuff wasn't him. But what I'm saying is, no. If we're going to talk about Lucas and his lines, that's a whole different thing.
Those prequels.
Okay, yes, I agree, and that's where the fault was. I agree. It still wasn't bad. It still wasn't worse than the sequels.
I hate sand.
With the original,
it's everywhere when you're at the beach.
These people are going to kill me now because, hey, blame them.
That's right, because I'm on Rubin's side with the sequels because I just despise the prequels.
Listen,
that's what it is. I think it's a direct
time we get a sand soliloquy in a George Lucas movie. First one was C-3PO.
I always say the best part about the original was that Lucas wasn't there for a lot of it, that he only gave you a blueprint. That's what I started this off with. When Rubin said, well, Lucas said that the first 6, blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works. That's why the story group took over, because Lucas doesn't know what he's talking about.
Can I say something?
We've gotten away from our point here of the sequel trilogy.
Nope, Dom can't say anything. All right, be quiet.
What did he die of? And he's
what I want to put into this whole thing,
still not as bad as 9.
In Rubin's defense with the sequel trilogy. Look, I wasn't a big fan of it. I wasn't a big fan of it for a really big reason. They missed the mark on having all 3 on screen together for the last time. All right, we didn't know that Carrie Fisher was going to pass away. But the Force Awakens, they could have had them on screen together, like passing the baton to the next wave. And that hurt because once they killed Han, Leia and Carrie Fisher died, and then they had just had Luke. So that kind of threw it for a loop. The writing wasn't as good as it should have been because a lot of stuff was just put out there because they wanted fan service to make people, this is Star Wars. Put Star Wars' name on it. It'll sell.
Dom, hold on one second. Can I ask you, do you think that they weren't going to kill off Carrie Fisher in 9?
No. No.
Because that was the original plan. No matter whose script you read, they're going to kill her off.
To kill her off. But her dying.
She still would have been around to do it.
But her dying in real life kind of knocked off the plan and what they really wanted to do.
But Jewels of Fate.
Yeah.
And that's when they brought in Abrams. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so my thing is that big part of having all 3 together in a film for the last time missed the mark. And that's why a lot of people were really upset. People hate the fact that, we hate the trilogy. We hate the sequel trilogy. More people did not like the fact that the 3 top characters, Luke, Han, and Leia, were not together on the screen for the last time.
That's what a lot of people say. That's what I always thought about this argument. That's not my beef. That's why I think it's funny that Rubin came with the Johnson film, because the only film that I have a true beef with and thinks that it ruined the whole trilogy is 9. That's the one that I have an issue with. And 9.
I agree with you. The 9 is my
9 is it, man.
Look, I saw 9 one time. Yeah. Right, I saw it twice. The second time I watched it was before I watched Rise of Skywalker. I appreciated it much more the second time around and understood it. It was completely different from Star Wars.
It was just rushed. I mean, that's the easiest explanation. It was rushed. They decided to retool and revamp, restart, meet a deadline, and it just.
Look, you had JJ, you had Johnson, you had JJ, and it was rushed. Disney wanted to put out this Star Wars. They wanted to try to make a mark on their turf. Look, we made Star Wars. It could have been a lot better, but I understand where Rubin's coming from because there were a lot of good points to it. A lot of good things in the movie that we got to learn and we got to see.
Yeah.
But like I said, my particular beef was not seeing the trio together for
Reuben?
the last time.
All right, Ruben, what do you got?
No, I just that was a
Before
lot
we
of
rank these
information.
things,
That was a lot of information. First of all, the Rey Skywalker thing. I think that the reason that she's calling herself a Skywalker is because she's going to take the Jedi Order, take the Force users, and make them Skywalker. They're going to be balance users because there is no one better to teach balance than a Palpatine-born scavenger girl who's get trained by Leia.
Right.
She knows it. Okay?
But
That's
you
why
could
she
have
took
done
the
that.
name.
But you could have done that with still making her nobody. If she was the lost kid, I think it would have had more weight because then she's a Skywalker because she's the orphan.
But she wasn't a nobody when that line was uttered. She knew who she was. She was Rey Palpatine.
No, I know. Yeah, that's why I have a problem with it.
So she couldn't say I'm Rey no name or I'm just Rey.
Okay.
No,
so
I know.
She made
but
her last
that's the
name
thing,
after
if
her
they kept-
sister.
but no,
which
but
is
if they kept with the Johnson
in a movie.
you forget. But you forget if they kept with the Johnson thing, then that line of her being the Skywalker, then she goes out and she brings in all the kids and trains them, like all the orphan kids. Bring them all in, all you kids who are different, all the people who are different. We come in here and we end up training. That would make sense.
Wait,
being Palpatine.
How does that change your status of an orphan? She's still
What
an
do you mean?
orphan
Because
kid.
she's Well, she wasn't. Her dad was.
Well, she just
kind
know
of
who she
alive.
is. She's still an orphaned kid. Her parents weren't around for her childhood.
I guess. Oh, I mean, like her heritage. I guess
we as viewers and watchers put more weight.
Bruce Wayne, he's still an orphan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe if it was more of the unknown, because then it's everybody in the like I'm talking about,
like automatically even more prestige of
Yeah.
some form because she's related to the Emperor. Like it's just if she was just no one, she was the broom kid, it would be fine.
And by the way, a lot of the I know people said stuff about. I know that people said stuff about what's his name about Luke, but if you look at the comparisons between Luke and Yoda, it's similar too, and similar in their arcs of that period of time of what happened with them. And I think that's what they were going for. I think what they were trying to do in their defense, which they don't have a lot of it, but the one defense is this. If you look at how the original 3 were shot with different producers, different writers interacting, different kind of guys helping to build up the story, then you see what happened with the prequels, where people who grew up with the prequels, that was their first experience, loved it, but not so much us who grew up in a different way. That's fine. They grew up with the originals. That's fine, but didn't like that. And they noticed that one linear lining doesn't work so well. So they try to reenact that. The problem where they ran into was, what's his name? Couldn't finish off Duels of Fate in time. And it was, it would have been a Magna Carta.
Let's go back.
That would have been a Magna Carta.
Before you go that route though, in the defense of the sequel trilogy, let's go back, and this is going to be about the only time the entire night I'm going to defend.
Yeah, JJ loves the sequel. JJ loves the sequel trilogy. Right now, letting you know, he hates Lucas and loves the sequel trilogy.
It's going to be the only time I defend the Johnson movie. Is this after Force Awakens? What was the number one complaint from Star Wars fans and non-Star Wars fans?
It
was a rehash. It was too similar to rehash. So Johnson did come out. They did do something. They did try something different. And what was the biggest complaint after that?
It was too different.
Doesn't feel like Star Wars.
Not my
It's
Star
too different.
Wars.
It's too different. That's not my Star Wars. Well, and then I think in cleanup duty, Abrams comes back in and tries to split it down the middle, and it just didn't work at all.
I don't think he
That's
tried
how I
to split
sum
back
up
the middle.
the sequel
I think Abrams goes ha ha na 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 boo boo. You should
I
have.
don't think he did that either. You think he had some angry ulterior motive to
think he
ruin
did.
things?
I think
it was just
Abrams
just rushed to get it done.
Jedi. Hold on, let
This is
Jedi
the
go.
problem.
Oh, give JJ
Go
one
ahead.
more second. Then let Jedi go. Give JJ.
I was gonna say the problem is they should have never divided it so much amongst 3 people. That was a horrible idea to divide all the writing and directing amongst 3 different sets of writers.
They should have actually had it done first.
Well, it should have been done
actually
first, so they
all
knew
be
what their
done.
end game. They
Yeah.
should
Kind
have
of like what they do with,
Yeah.
what
It
they
was-
with the High Republic. Yes.
It gives them too much independence, and then one guy's idea is not the same as the second guy's, and the other guy's trying to go back and make what I thought Rise of the Skywalker was basically if Abrams made 8 and 9 at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
No,
it was
I agree.
good. I'm just saying that's what it was.
No, I agree. Yeah,
it was.
That's what,
Yeah.
and I would have. I wouldn't have liked 8 then. Jedi, tell us why we're all wrong. And if you say because Empire's
Wow.
the best, that's not going to fly.
So here's what I've gathered from trying to decipher everything that just happened. So here's what I got. So I agree with, first of all, Marco has convinced me that 9 is at least as bad as 8. It's no longer better than 8, it's at least as bad as 8. Okay, so Marco convinced me of that. I do agree with Rubin, and one of the early things Rubin said before all this was you got to kind of look at it as a whole. And I think a lot of people that went and saw the movies weren't willing to do that. And what Dom said was he went back and watched them and enjoyed them more the second time, if I understood him correctly. I did too. I went back and watched them again, and I enjoyed them more the second time because I understood where it was going. And that might have been the kind of the flaw was people just, they didn't know where it was going, so they're going to pick it apart. I don't understand. The only thing I will say that I still don't understand, and Rubin can explain this to me, and Rubin, please do. In Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi, that whole trip to the casino planet, only to get the
Hold on. What? Your relative just no, sir. A creepy Lando that probably ruined.
Is it creepy?
He was kind of hitting.
He was creepy. Hey, we might be related. Let's go on a special flight together. Yeah. That's creep. That's Cosby creepy.
And she accepted. So what do you want?
Creepy.
Okay,
go ahead.
What? Don't make it okay.
Casino,
she wanted to give him pudding.
You want to get over to the
casino channel, to the casino planet to find the whatever they call them,
to find Hondo, who wasn't Hondo.
See, you can't even remember the purpose of the trip. That's how bad it was.
Only to be betrayed later. Was the whole thing just so Finn could fight Phasma again, or was it so we could have some Finn Rose foundation for their romance?
I think that was
movie
that's what it was.
Useless. I don't understand why
that's what it was. That's why you didn't get to see the fruition.
We needed to know two things about in Canto Bight. Because Rose was, when she first met Finn, she was like gushing. She was just like, "Oh my God, you're him." She was like his hero. And then he tried to escape, which made her hate him.
Yeah,
they had to.
Punk.
Yeah, you're a little punk. So that Canto Bight scene was one for her to start falling in love with him, because that's going to be a factor coming up. Because Finn's story is not over. He's force attuned. We've seen it. He has a feeling. We even saw it in the Christmas special.
I got a feeling too.
They're going to teach him how to be a Jedi, or a Skywalker, I should say.
No, I don't think they are, because he hates Star Wars. He ain't never coming back.
That's a different issue.
Yeah.
But the second thing we needed to know
back.
was who was funding the war, who was making the money. Because
that was cool.
Yeah,
that was a good point too. I did like that little bit that we got out of there.
Yeah,
because it expands the universe.
Yes.
I agree.
And it makes sense. It's
one thing Star Wars fans. That's why you're one of these. You're one of these flippers. You go, I want an expanded universe, and then they expand the universe, and you go, but that's not my Star Wars. Yeah, they were expanding the universe. They were explaining point.
So now my question
go ahead.
To Rubin is: so you've kind of laid some foundation as to where these shows could go in the future, whether it's the Gray Jedi. Or whatever Rose, Tico, and Finn decide to do. Do you think that we will actually see that on the big screen, or has the failure, not my words, kind of the sequel kind of
that'll make it tough?
Ruined it.
You absolutely won't see it on the big screen.
I'll say it like this: you don't spend $4.5 billion to make 3 movies and stop.
Oh, we're gonna see more Star Wars.
We're gonna see more of Rey Skywalker. I know that hurt people, but we're gonna see more of that. Finn is going to become a Skywalker. They're going to have their own thing, and it's going to be a completely different story, and it's not going to be tied to the Skywalker saga. They're just going to have the name Skywalker.
So when you say that at the end of episode 9 that there is balance, that's because of Rey being kind of a gray Jedi, that she is both dark.
Okay.
Formed from both dark and light.
Right. She has the dark blood, but she is trained in the light. That's why her being a Palpatine was very important, because you can't, if you were Anakin Skywalker and you were born great, you're not going to have that. You have to develop something. She can teach kids, hey, I was born a Palpatine. I was born out of pure evil. And I'm utilizing both the light and the dark for the will of the Force.
This is the one thing I'll give you. There's no doubt because if you see what they're doing, especially at Garrett for kids, and you have kids too, so this is why I know Ruben knows this. They aren't letting the Rey character go.
No.
That character's not going anywhere.
No.
Can you redeem Finn? Nope. He's on the same place that Cara Dune is. No, because the actors. No, Disney is not.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Cara Dune that actress got drummed out for an entirely different reason.
I understand.
He got drummed out because he was mad that his character was underutilized. We'll put it that way.
I guess, but he
didn't
started
kind of
dropping
took it to
some
a racial
stuff. I
place,
don't know.
but still,
Disney usually doesn't take. If you crap on them, they don't usually like.
They
They're not like
don't.
taking-
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson sued Disney, and she's coming back.
That was all about
do stuff
money.
with
That's
Disney.
all that was about. That's different. It's
But
different.
there's no. That's
Let me have a big enough check in
point.
front of John Boyega. I'm
No,
sure he'll
John
come back too.
Boyega said that everybody on the there's one part where he came out and said, yeah, everybody was racist on the thing on the set.
So doesn't
So,
prohibit him
If they
from
have a
ever working
different
with
crew
Disney.
the next time,
All right.
he'll join that movie.
We'll see. All right, we'll see.
Let me just
Before we
just
move on
close
and
with
going
this.
on with the Palpatine things, I want to go back to something Darth Lopez said about, with Rey going by the name of Skywalker.
Okay.
You got to consider the fact that you can't use the name Palpatine. That would be like a young German man using a certain name of a guy with a very small mustache.
Exactly.
He's never going to get elected for anything if that's your name by coincidence. You don't.
Why would
by
you?
it.
Yeah.
But
You would
hey,
not
so
walk
this is the
around
thing.
And Skywalker is her master's name. Why would you take
Yeah,
your master's
it is.
name?
No.
That makes perfect sense to me. I don't understand why everybody would.
This is the other thing though that James says here, and he says wipe Rey out. No, but if they do this, which I think would be cool, which you're going to have to do High Republic first, but after you do High Republic, and then those kids that watched Rey, and that's their like this is what I was trying to say before. Jedi was the first movie I saw in the theaters. You know what the best movie is for me? You know what I'm going to rank number one? Jedi. You want to know why? Because it's the first one I saw in the theaters. There's kids that this is their first experience, just like the prequel. No, I talked to these people, JJ, about these.
No, I know
prequels.
what you're saying.
I know. I'm
People
saying but that's
love-
not
it.
everyone's experience.
It's a lot. It's a large.
I mean,
majority.
the first Star Wars movie, because of my age, that I got to see in the theater was Phantom Menace. I am not going to rank Phantom Menace at the top of this list.
Exactly.
I can tell you that right now.
Movie, that's your introduction to Star Wars was Phantom Menace.
In a theater, yes.
Well, I mean, in general,
one movie that came out between
my introduction to
1986
Star
So
Wars.
what about
was
the? You didn't
Jedi.
go to the
My
when they
introduction-
replayed them in the 90s?
I didn't go to
Okay, well,
those
this
when
is
I was like 7. I didn't.
Mine
remember
was
those.
Star Wars New Hope, going at
All right,
7
so
years
this
old.
is a good segue into the ranking. Maybe we're kind of at that.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's go
yeah,
to
we got to
ranking.
start the
I would
ranking.
Go to ranking. Yeah.
I would like to say to Ruben, at some point, I would like to, if he's willing to have Ruben back to discuss what he would like to see of
Yeah, where we can go from here.
another trilogy, whether it be 10, 11, 12. I know what I would like to see if there is one, but we won't discuss that now because I think that's good content for later on down the road. But
I actually kind
Ruben,
of
if
like
you're
what
willing.
I like. What? Yes. Will you come back? Yeah, of course. He already said he was going to earlier.
I will come back. I have to take 3 or 4 hours off of work, so I would have to. That would be something I can have to schedule.
That and he's going to need about 9 or 10 weeks
Whenever you
to
like.
decompress after this.
Yeah. After we came running after him.
I really wish we could go like point to point.
I know.
Like me and Marco being like, "Hey, what did you hate about it?" Because a lot of people hated the Raylo thing, and that there's a great explanation on that.
Those are all things like everybody when I rage about the biggest problem I have, and I know this because even like Darth Lopez, we talk for hours, and every time I think sometimes he misinterprets what I'm saying. The biggest problem that I have with it, and I've lightened up on the prequels in this way. So like I know everybody's gonna pound the prequels here, but because I've had people explain to me who are now in their 20s and 30s about the prequels. I lighten up on that stuff all the time. I have no problem with that type of issue. The issue I literally have on 9 is 2 parts. 1, it didn't progress the story. 2, it made absolute no sense. 3, there was so much groundwork to make it decent, it would have been okay. Anyways, James, I think James has the perfect advantage of going on afterwards is having the Yuzan Vong come up. Rey, we could incorporate with that. She could train the Jedis to fight him back off. I don't think I have a problem with that at all. Hit it on the head for most part.
And I get what you're saying. Yes, the prequels might have been the first introduction for a lot of younger Star Wars fans at the time, but I don't lighten up on that for that. Just because you were 6 at the time that movie comes out doesn't make it okay that I watched a very stiff, completely no charisma between them, no connection, love story be told before you give me some weird-ass gladiator movie where we're just going to throw aliens in on a big dusty screen and like Attack of the Clones.
I don't know. Like I said, I went back and watched them just a couple days ago and like earlier in the week, and I was like, yeah, all right. Maybe it's because I knew what was going to happen. I mean, you still get the the duels, like you get the okay, let's go. You get the fight.
Yeah, you get a 5-minute segment of a 2.5-hour movie where we got a
all right
Howard Cosell alien for some reason because Howard Cosell's a thing out in space apparently. So let's do Howard Cosell impersonate.
Now we're gonna go rank the movies. We're gonna rank the movies.
That's my problem.
I think it's very.
Are we only ranking
easy.
10 of them?
These days.
No. Why do we only have 10 here?
Oh, okay.
Honorable mention.
Because we have 10 and an honorable mention. So one of these 11 movies will make the ranking.
Okay.
They'll be honorable mention.
We'll make
Should I
even
do
10.
that one
10.
first because you know which one that's going to be? All right.
No.
I don't know if we know which one that's going to
It
be.
is because I absolutely will not. I will not let it be.
Yeah, but you're one vote.
I'm also controlling it.
No, you're not. I'm controlling where it goes on this screen.
As I said, I'm also controlling it real quickly. Just so you know, Pete. What? Pete, I can't hear you. What? All right. Anyways,
All right.
Here we go. We'll just start off in order. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Okay, it's
Ugh.
just. We're
We're going to
ranking
move them
these
around
by-
like we normally do, right?
Yeah, we'll move them around.
Are we ranking
Yeah,
these by?
What are we ranking these by?
likability?
Just like, or like cinematically? Or
personal preference.
Everything.
That's what I'd
Just
say.
give it.
Yeah, just
Just go
preference.
through it. I mean,
how good of a
go
movie
with
it
your
was,
gut.
more or less? Okay.
Go with your gut where you think this should go.
I mean, it
7.
gives us an introduction to Darth Maul, so there's some credit there. It also gives us an introduction to Jar Jar Binks. Ooh. 8,
Gives you an
7,
introduction to him
I'm
and
still
technically
in
kills
the
them in the same movie.
7 kind of range. I don't know for certain.
7, 8. A lot of people are at 8.
I'm at
Number one.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
at-
at 7.
Number 1.
7. I could do 7. I could do 8 too. Really, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think 9.
9.
9.
Well, the
9.
chat.
All right,
the
put it at
chat-
8.
Well, no, yeah, I think it's either 7 or 8 because the whole chat's between 7 and 8. 8 through 10 are reserved for me.
I think some people in the chat are
7.
forgetting there's an 11.
Okay.
So don't forget there's an 11.
Yeah, let's put it at 7. Let's
Honorable
put it at 7. Put it at 7 for right now.
All
We can
right,
move
we
it.
can put it at 7 for now.
The chat's
I'm in that
helped take this
range. It
over.
was
Yeah.
there for me.
It was bad.
It was, and I saw it 4
Was it-
times that first day.
11. 11. And I don't want any arguments about 11.
This is
This is the
11.
worst Star Wars movie.
This is 10.
This is
best
the
part
worst
of it
Star Wars
was
movie.
Yeah.
Jango Fett
Django Fett.
10.
and the
Yeah,
introduction
and-
of the Clone Army. And the introduction of Boba
And what
Fett.
was his death? Was that the best
I,
part?
got-
don't understand.
I know. But
The,
the Clone Wars
world's
portion-
greatest bounty hunter is defeated in like 2 seconds by one
15.
Jedi.
Well,
Scott's
he went
been-
against
By
Mace
a
Windu, one of
stiff,
the greatest
old moving
Jedis out
Jedi
there.
who barely just swung a sword, and there goes his head.
Well,
So
look,
if we're putting it at 11 because of Jar Jar, then Return of the Jedi belongs at 11 because of the Ewoks.
Yeah,
I can't stand
it's-
them.
It's not Jar
No.
Jar. I would put it lower than 11 if I could.
Look.
You want to talk cinematically or as a movie? This is the worst one
This
by
is the-
far.
this is bad.
Dialogue is awful.
The
Acting
only
is even
movie-
worse.
I think this is 10 because the only movie that the dialogue's worse in is 9. Like literally.
No,
no.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
No.
I agree.
It's
I'm
not.
not a fan of 9 either, but 9 still gave us some moments that I
I
found
want-
at least redeeming. This
You know
was a
what?
collection of just
This movie
Hot
made Natalie
garbage.
Portman, who won an Oscar, a bad actress.
She
Look,
wasn't
put it
good.
on-
She,
look at what
she
this-
wasn't good at Black Swan.
Put
What
it
she won
in.
an actress for? She
Put
was
it in.
terrible.
Listen, I'm not
in
going to
that movie,
argue that this. I'm
She
not
was
gonna
great and
argue
beautiful,
that
girls.
this
She was
movie
great and
belongs-
professional.
I'm not going to argue that this movie belongs anywhere 1 through 5. But if you look at just what it kind of spawned from this, Clone Wars, Bad
Yep.
Batch, all this
Yep.
stuff came because we were introduced to
not
the
because of
clones.
this. We could have gotten that stuff without this. None of that built
Okay.
off of this.
Well,
The average
No, no,
vote
no,
is
no, we
between-
didn't. We got it because of this.
I'll be out. Okay, guys.
they
here we
only
go.
share the name.
Let me
The
let me go into one thing real quick.
Yep.
Let me just real fast. We're going to talk about the Clone Wars. Let's seize real fast on the why or how the Clone Wars started with this film. How is the Clone Army even discovered? By absolute freaking accident.
Accident.
Yeah.
Complete accident. Oh, here's
They
this
did.
dart somebody used.
Hey,
I'm
as
gonna
much as we,
just-
hey, you know what? I was gonna.
And
I
then
was
they
gonna-
were used to fight
I'm out.
robots and
Clone
bugs.
Army.
I was gonna put this in 9, but he brings up a good point because I said that they still haven't for 9. They are still trying to make canon to fix this. They had to come out with a movie and TV shows to fix this. He's right. This is the first time. This is not. It's between this and 9. The chat is saying that this should go
Not
anywhere
this and
between 9
9.
and 15. We don't even have a 15.
I don't even want to put it in honorable mention. I think we just leave that blank.
Really?
Wouldn't
Really
the,
not.
wouldn't the first
Pete doesn't want it on the list.
I don't want it here. I'm with JJ.
Okay, can we put it at? Can we right now? Can we put it at 10? And if we have to move it down, we'll move it down.
Wouldn't the first introduction of the Clone Wars be in episode 4?
Yeah, in a way, because
Yeah.
that's technically when they started.
Mhm.
It's true. It's the
You
first
were
time you
Clone
see
Wars?
Maul,
Yeah.
who's the acolyte. Yeah,
Episode 4.
that's the Separatists
No,
and
I
everything
mean,
else.
Episode 1, number 4.
I know.
Yeah,
I think he's referring to the fact that
Oh.
you see the clones in this
yeah,
one.
the
though.
clones in. Yeah.
No, but you're saying this is the
I'm just
introduction.
confused
Of,
why Pete is wanting to put this at 11 when he just beat the crap out of episode 3 a minute ago.
Because it's still the worst.
Oh no, I have my problems with that too. That should probably be 10.
This,
would
hey
make
guys, this
9
is
9.
This is at best 10. At best 10.
Okay.
The chat is moving
Actually-
this to honorable mention. It's at best 10. We're getting more votes. Put it in 10, or do you want to put it in honorable mention? It's yeah. Okay.
Why?
Let's leave it
Why was
there.
it at best 10? Are we getting a lot of like 7s and 6s?
No, we're getting some. Not. It's 9 and 10. Then it started trickling
Did
down.
they get a 5?
It was
they
9.
get a 5 in the
trickling down.
chat?
Somebody gave it a 1. Zeggy gave it a 1. And so
What?
okay. Yeah, he gave it a 1, then moved it to a 5. So I mean,
Oh,
at
okay.
best it's a 10. At
Oh,
I
worst,
moved it down 4 spots with my speech, did I?
but Scott gave it a 15.
All right,
so-
fine. We'll put it at 10 for now until
No,
we.
I
until
don't
we have
care.
to
All
bump it.
right, here we go.
3.
3.
Yeah.
3.
Revenge of the Sith. The Rise of Darth
All right, come
Vader.
on.
How Darth Vader became Vader. This one, I have moved up my top Star Wars to number 3. Yes.
You do know you're on a Star Wars show, correct?
This is
Yes, I
Came
7.
out to the Star Wars show
Hey,
and said this is a 3.
I give it a 3.
you gotta.
Yo,
Because this
your
shows
wife
you-
needs to smack you in the back of your head because your wife's like a 9. She's like a 9, 10 even. And
I
you're
have
calling
lost
this
the
a
will to
3?
live.
You're calling this a 3?
I call this a 3.
So I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go that crazy, but I will say I don't think this one below.
We might not have a show next week,
deserves
guys.
honorable
Wait.
mention. I don't think it deserves honorable mention. I would say this one is probably an 8, just because we all know what's coming up. I liked this movie, especially the end. I was telling my son, we went and saw another movie this weekend that did really well. My son said it had a lot of fan service. And I said, I love fan service. And I'm not alone. A lot of people like fan service.
Yeah,
The end of this movie gave audiences what I thought was pretty good tie-in. I get I don't have the will to live. Yeah. I get I don't have the will to live. If I can overlook other things, I can overlook that. But I thought it tied in well to what we knew was coming in 4, me personally. So
But listen,
I'm not going to give it a 3 like JJ or like
Face is
like
back.
Tom.
Look, face is
I'm
back.
Oh my god! Every time I
You get
start to talk, that thing pops up. I'm going to give this one 8. I'll say 8.
5?
8. Really?
look,
5?
Jedi, I'm going to surprise you real quick. While they're going over Lovelace,
No,
I
they're giving
actually
it
like
5.
this one the best out of the prequels. Despite the fact that I hate the fact that she
I
died
agree.
because she had no will to live. I hate the fact that Anakin just casually murdered children and everybody's cool with that. Like,
High ground.
oh, cool.
High ground.
What about and the flurry, like the fight, which was great in parts between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Other parts, they were literally standing in front of each other, just twirling their lightsabers at each other. They weren't connecting or defending. They were just doing baton twirls like they were doing a goddamn routine for a marching band. Apart from all that, this is still my favorite of the prequels. And I would actually put this at 7. Personally.
really?
I'm at 7
You're gonna
too.
put it 7 and move Phantom down.
Move
Yes.
Phantom
Going to
down.
move Phantom down or up?
Down.
Down.
No, down. If
To
it's
me.
if it's head of Phantom, then
I'm okay with that.
That's
I'm
what
okay
I said.
with
This is
it.
my
A lot of
this
people
is
have
my
five, though.
favorite.
Hey,
of
Ruben,
the
you want to get a
prequels,
shot in at the prequels
despite
before
the
we're done?
facts.
This is one of my favorites. I'm with Dom on this. I mean, at least I would put it at a 4, but you guys are you guys are tearing this movie apart.
Listen, it is.
I think
such
we're
a-
going to cancel ourselves at this
Literally
point.
one of my favorite
Look,
movies.
Me personally,
I agree completely with what Pete said. It's my favorite of the prequels, but it's still not a very
Look,
good.
it's
It's
my
still
favorite
not better
prequels.
than I have at least.
Okay.
5 better.
Not
Yeah.
everybody's 4 or 5 in the chat. I've been taking the poll of this.
Look,
We have to put it at 6. There's a lot of
That's
5.
fine for
There's
now.
a lot
Until
of
we get to
8.
it, we'll-
There's a
put it at
bunch of
6.
7s.
I'm comfortable with 6.
We got to put it at 6. We got to put it for 6 for right now.
That's fine.
This,
All right.
you guys, I'm done after this week.
You guys keep mentioning the dialogue and the prequels.
Zaggy, get out of here. Zaggy votes count very little for anything.
Wait, okay.
besides
Wait,
King
let
Kong.
Ruben go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
dialogue.
You guys keep talking about the dialogue and the prequels. George Lucas actually came out and said he's not let me make sure I got it right. Visual. He's not a literary director. He's a visual director.
Oh, no shit.
He came out
He's
and
not
said
that
that
either, though.
He came out and said that himself. So the
Yeah,
dialogue,
but he can say it all he wants. He's not that either. He's an idea man. I'm not gonna
He should be.
say ideas.
He should not be a writer then,
That's
because he also wrote the movies. Is the problem?
that's
All
what
right,
hurt.
next
James Cameron is a visual director.
But
he doesn't write all the stuff either.
I'm
doing
trying to do it
Solo?
cinematic. Man, I screwed up. I was
Solo?
trying to do it cinematically, but yeah, there you go. Solo.
We're
Solo.
not, are we
I
not doing
like
the Clone
Solo.
Wars movie?
Oh,
8
the
or 9?
do we have the cartoon? Do we put the cartoon in here?
No
No,
cartoon.
just-
Live
yeah,
action
Just
only.
movies.
We're
No,
gone too
I think
far.
we only did the
didn't
live
do
action.
Clone Wars.
Live action
We're
only.
going to-
Look, Solo was a great movie. It was a great movie in my eyes. It could have been a lot better because all the changing that Kathleen Kennedy did and you're dropping the director and then going right to Ron Howard. It's an underrated movie. I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. And
This has episode 9 problems.
no, it does, but it's still
No.
fun.
Well,
still
you
a
can
fun
have
movie.
fun all you want. I'm just saying it's still. Let's bring in another director because we didn't like what the other guys were doing, and we
know.
got to do this real fast. So
Yeah, they do
hey,
it fast.
what's your name, son? Oh, you don't know your last
Solo.
name? We're gonna call you Solo.
Yeah, it's a bad part of it.
Boom.
And
Yeah.
once
I'll
again,
say
though,
the acting in this was better, which I think elevated the bad writing. Like,
Yeah.
I thought Woody Harrelson did a great job.
I
as
love Beckett.
and
I'm
Mhm.
surprised.
I even
they don't
like the
have-
young kid. What is it? Aiden Aldrich or whatever did a fine job as Solo.
Yeah,
I
he
know a
was
lot of
fine.
people
Once you
knocked
got
him
once
for
you got
it,
used to him, he
He's
was all right.
fine.
I still think that Beckett should get a TV show on Disney Plus prior to Solo. Cool character.
Where would you put it? Where would you put it?
So this.
Where do you
is the
put it,
thing.
Dom?
So you guys, yeah, where do you
What?
put it, Dom?
The,
One
what? The
Where do you put it?
Solo movie.
No, yeah,
Solo
it's in
movie?
ranking.
I actually,
Yeah.
all kidding aside, I would actually put it 6 above
6.
Revenge of the Sith, but I think Revenge of the Sith.
Well,
should
you
be
wait.
higher.
So that means you would have had this at 2? Because you had.
No.
I'm just saying for your personal rankings.
No.
Because you had
No, no.
Sith at
Not
3.
2. No, it's not 2. It's far from being 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because you said Sith would have been your number 3.
Yeah, the Sith is number
So
3.
you don't put this ahead of it if you think the other one's better.
No, but if you remove
That
that,
wasn't
and
a
put
joke,
that
by
back
the way.
at
It's
3,
actually true.
Sweet. Get him on the
Well, you
show
know
then, Jedi.
move Phantom
Yeah,
Menace
he
down
doesn't
there.
know me. He wouldn't know me if I walked up.
Move
and
Phantom Menace
tapped him on the
down
shoulder.
and put Solo at 7.
So you think it's 7, based on what's on the board right now.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you?
I'm a huge.
got
Everybody
him
knows my favorite. Look, this is my Han Solo is my favorite character in Star Wars, and I hate that they killed him off the way they did. I didn't think anybody could play him. Still don't think that. That's fine. Besides Harrison Ford, I don't think Dom's wrong in his ranking. I think you either put it at
I'm
6 or you
fine
put it
with
at 7.
7.
Yeah, I think
I'm
you put
fine
it
with
at 6 or
7, but based off of what we have, yeah. Not every
I'm
one we have
actually
here.
fine.
7.
I'm at 5 or 6 for me. I could do 6. I could do 5.
I could do 6. I could do 6. I could really do 6 and move the others down. Yeah,
Wanna
absolutely.
bump them down.
Well, we got a lot of 5s
Gotta
here.
bump somebody
We got
down.
some 6s. We got some 5s and 6s, so put them there. Throw Rogue One up next. I'll be right back.
All right, so I'm going to move these 2 down and put it at 6 because I'm not putting it 5 because I know I'm going to have to move it later.
Yep.
I know I'm going to have to move it.
You have to
later,
move it
so
later.
I'm
No
not gonna
matter
do it now.
what.
All right.
I need
All
to
right,
ask
so wait, what did he
Marco
say
how
he wanted
would
us to
want
discuss
ask
now?
Solo to die.
No, Rogue
Rogue
One.
One.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Rogue One at 4.
I got it higher.
I actually
I'd
have it
say
higher
3.
too. Yeah, I'm with JJ. No lower than 3.
Maybe even 2, but probably 3.
Nah.
Mm,
Actually, you know what? Look, all kidding aside, 3 possibly 3.
Yeah, I might be able. I'm not going to argue. You guys are going to move it higher, but immediate instinct, I had it at 4.
Let me ask you guys a question about Rogue One.
Sure.
Good.
You remove the Darth Vader scene. You remove it. What do you rank it at?
So to me,
Same.
Rogue One is a movie that gets, I mean, just speaking for myself, the first time I saw it, I felt kind of that way. I thought, okay, take out the Darth Vader scene, and it's very ordinary. It's one of those movies that the more I watch it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people are like, oh, that Vader scene. I'm like,
The Vader scene does stick out.
that wasn't the movie, though.
That wasn't the movie.
The Vader scene gave it the extra boom that
Give it the fan
You won.
service. That's what it
the
is.
fan
Right,
service. But
right,
yeah,
absolutely.
overall movie,
But if
I
you
thought
take,
it was a movie. Look, I went with my wife to go see this movie. I cried at the end. You know, when Cassie Andor and her hugging on Jeddah.
Yeah, when they blew up.
Jeddah? Yeah, Jeddah, right?
Yep, on Jeddah.
Yeah, and when the Death Star destroyed the planet, it was a great. This was Disney's best movie.
I'm not arguing that.
I think this movie did one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen before. The play-in for the book, for the novel, this was 100% fan service. The novel play into this was brilliantly written and done. They released it and didn't give away what this movie was about. And when I first saw the Ursay show up, I was like, oh, that's so cool.
The owner of the Colts?
No, the Jen Ursay. Why do you say her name? Jen Ursay? Right?
Urso.
Urso.
It's Urso.
Yeah, Ursay, not the owner of the Colts.
Whatever. That guy's kind of cool too. He parties a lot.
You have Cassie Andor that's getting a series now, right? A 12-episode series.
Yes.
They should have the Wills of the Force. The Wills.
I think the Wolves will do something good.
That would be great TV show.
But I think they did a great job at
And
this.
one with the Force.
I'm not
I did.
sure.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure you can take over. I'm not sure I can rank it above the originals.
And that's why I have it at 4.
Yeah.
I have it at 4 too.
Because
See,
it expanded upon what we already had in the universe. It actually expanded upon the universe in a way of it gave you other characters, but set in the time frame that we are familiar with, and gave you some positioning. Like you see why Andor is where he is. Like he's doing whatever he can to get by in this world, and people are just doing even devious, underhanded things and doing things they hate to do because they feel they have to. They have no other way.
It was very well done. I think
Because they think they're doing something for something better down the line. I like that aspect.
And this was a Disney win. I mean, it really was.
Yeah.
What's the
it
chat
was.
saying? Because I think it's 3.
They're 3 and 4.
There are a lot of twos and
there's
threes.
twos too. There's a couple
some twos.
twos. There's not.
It's 4.
There's as many twos as there is fours. There's as many twos as there is.
Here's my
fours.
thing
I
on
think
this one.
it's
We
3.
talked about how nostalgia would affect our rankings, and for me, this is why I have this one ranked high. Personally, probably is to me this is like a nostalgia movie, and I'll tell you why. I know it's 5 years old, but for me, Star Wars in my childhood mostly was Legends stuff. It was novels, young reader novels, things like that. Video games were a big influence. To me, this is like what a lot of those legend stories was, which it was a story that came within a story. This was basically a story that came out of like 2 lines from, what was it, A New Hope, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's really it.
It's one of those things where they take it, they expand it into legends, and that's why I have it ranked so high.
I agree. I also agree that they did a great job with the pre-story on it. Like a lot of the legacy stuff, they were filling in. They weren't potholing stuff, filling in potholes like they did in 9. They're actually adding on to the story, and I think this thing did that. It added on to the original trilogy and added on to the whole story. I think we have to put in 3 because of the chat. It's a 3-4 situation. I know you have it in 4, but
It's 4.
yeah, but there's a lot of 2
I
threes
say
here
3
too.
because the one
Let's just
I know
have it
the
here.
one Marco already said the one he's going to put 1 is the one. That's where I would put 4. The one Marco wants.
No, it's going 1, and the one that I'm going to put in the trash is going in the trash.
Well, let's
too.
get to it. Let's just keep moving on. We can't linger over empty. We can always move if we need to make
Well,
space.
no, okay. All right. I mean, but the chat overwhelmed us with this, and I think put it into 3. But
We ain't overwhelmed. You saw 4 after 4 when you were flashing.
There's 3 4s. There's a bunch of 3s and a couple of 2s.
And I see a 5, which also
Okay, yeah,
pulls
you're
down the
I see a
2s.
lot of 3s.
I see a lot of 3s. Yeah, I see a lot of 3s. All right, Pete. Hey,
can
send all
move
your
it.
emails. Stop sending them to me. Send them over to Pete. All right, next up.
Nope.
Hope.
Hit him up on IG right
Do
here.
not hit me up. See, Lopez, thank you for blocking it for me, Lopez. Hope, where it all starts. What?
Two.
What'd you do?
Two.
Hope.
Two. You said two.
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 All right.
Two. And because this is, look, all kidding
I'd say
aside,
two.
me and Jedi are about the same age. This is nostalgia coming out. This is what we first seen growing up. And this revolutionized movies. This set the imagination that kept us a lot. This was like the most amazing thing we've seen as a kid growing up. And I put it 2 because I do have my ranking of number 1.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
not because of other reasons, but this, if any other reason, this would be number 1 in my book because it started it all.
Looking at chat, I think we can go ahead and agree with Dom.
Yeah, we'll
Literally,
just
everybody
Put
ranking with
2.
two.
Everybody in chat put 2. I don't think we
Okay,
have
Literally at
know
the same
what
time
it was.
within 1 minute.
Yep, everybody put in 2. All right, next up,
1.
3.
Yeah.
1. No,
Three.
it's 1. Are you
3.
kidding me?
No,
3
it's
will be
1.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. No, 3 because this is the one out of the 3 of these. It didn't have anything. It was there was no beginning and there was no end. It was a middle piece.
Because it took place a couple of years
Of course,
Sure.
it's the middle of a trilogy. It's got to be.
They
the middle
cut
piece.
open a fucking wampa, and that's how they save Luke.
No,
For some reason,
they cut open a
Tauntaun.
tauntaun.
or Tauntaun.
Tauntaun.
For some reason,
And you
for some
find out
reason,
that
Luke's
Vader's
out in the
better
middle of
off the
snow
Wampa
for
later.
no
You find out
reason.
Vader's Luke's
The
father.
Wampa makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Boba
They-
Fett is
they-
introduced.
Oh, like everything else does in Star Wars. Come on.
Boba Fett is
This
then.
is number 1 and will
It's
always
not
be
number
number 1
one.
in the Star Wars
This
trilogy.
is
It's
absolutely
3. It's 3.
1.
It's
It's
one.
3.
it's 1.
Let the chat.
Everybody in
let
the chat's overvoting you, Marco. It's
They can
one.
overvote me all they want.
Well, I don't need the chat. I don't care
They
about any of you
voted,
guys.
dude. Half these people voted something else 1 already, anyways. See, hey, not everybody.
Pete
2.
Samus.
Two.
Pete
I think
Samus
it's
is
kind of a
one.
2 also. I think it's 2.
Nope,
I think
it's
it's 2.
1. Hey,
1.
what's the channel say?
wait. Hold on. What show is it?
Sorry,
Where's the
folks,
show
we
again?
will not have
I
a show next week.
I can't remember what show this is. What show is this? What show is this? All right, good enough. Put it in
No,
1. I know.
come
I,
on.
just, hey, I had to give some burger out there.
I
had to give some
understand what
burger
you're
out there.
saying. Yes, this is the middle piece in a 3-story
Yeah.
arc. But if
There-
you were watching all
this
3 of
is
these
why-
together, which
this
is
is
the
why-
best part of the story?
This is
the
that
fucking
movie
middle.
is the reason why you cannot kill. I always use this as it, and I think it's a good excuse. That when somebody told me this one time, because of Empire being such a good movie, is the reason why you can't kill the prequel trilogy and some of the other movies. I believe in that too. Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, some of this stuff was stupid, but what are you gonna do? All right, next up is Return of the Jedi. So I assume we're putting this in 3.
Yeah, that's where I would have it.
I guess I would rather
I'd put
have
it
it
at 4.
Rogue One and
I'd
3
put
and
it-
this in 4.
I put it.
Yeah.
in
If
4.
you
I'm a Jedi.
grumpy
I put it in
old
4.
men, if you say something about Ewoks, I'm going to talk
They were
about how
terrible.
you're sleeping in a
The
tom-tom.
Empire, the rebellion was saved by teddy bears. Okay, you want to talk about ridiculous?
Teddy Ruxpin.
They didn't save the Empire.
Lub lub.
Save the
Oh, the
rut.
rebellion.
Or they didn't save the rebellion either. They
I don't see the rebellion
They were
either. It was
fighting.
by
You put it in-
Chewbacca.
Switch it in Rogue One.
It's
and we
the
won't have to
best.
argue.
It's the best Luke ever was. You know what? That's one thing in Empire that they never gave you. Luke was still a whiny
I don't
bitch in
care about
Empire.
that.
Yeah,
He was pretty badass when he came up to Jabba's palace.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Get the Rancor. It was the best start. It literally was the best 15 minutes out of all of them. So there you go.
Oh, when they rescued Han
Except for Rogue One.
from Jabba the Hutt, that was awesome.
If-
But not
Yeah.
Jabba. And the reason why I don't like Return of the Jedi, think
Kill Boba Fett.
yes,
Or
That doesn't
yeah,
count
that
for
was
it.
that was pretty bad. How he
and
also-
that wasn't
that was-
pretty bad.
well, he didn't die.
He didn't die.
Yeah,
but
the
it
wanna talk about-
Vader arc thing was brilliant.
was
it was
though.
good.
The Empire, the Emperor,
Yeah,
Before they
all that
brought
stuff
back
was
the
great.
Emperor, that was great. The fight scene in there was good.
You know,
You were
look,
scared that Luke was going to get hunted down. The
if
whole
you
lightning.
if you
Ruben,
take
what
out
do you
the
say?
Ewoks,
Yeah, Ruben, what do you
film
got
would've
on
been-
this? Where
it would
would
have
you?
been fantastic.
I,
If you took
if
out
it
the
was
Ewoks.
if it was me, I would switch 3 and 4.
Yes. Tie breaking.
I won't kill anybody for that.
But it's not.
I think they're
2 or 3. All right. Let's
We
go.
already
Move
got
on.
a couple requests in the chat.
Are
Rogue
we
should be
switching it?
3.
Here
Switch
without the
3 and
chat.
4.
I
Jedi
only use the
4, Rogue
chat.
3.
I only use the chat when I need the chat. Come on. We've been here long enough.
Well, I'm telling you.
All right. Wait, how the heck is 5 not covered and these are the movies we have left?
What do you mean?
Oh, there's no shot any of
We'll-
these are getting into 5.
We'll get to that.
We have three.
Well, we're supposed to put them where we want them, right?
Wait.
You're skipping
the
one.
honorable
Then.
mention.
Are we doing
Sorry.
Force Awakens? Okay,
Yeah. Force Awakens. All right, Force Awakens. Dang, how long are we going on?
there.
All right, Force
You know what?
Awakens.
I would put
Revenge of
it.
the Sith goes number 5.
But what about Solo?
Solo stays at 6.
Solo
Why does
stays
he
where it
jump
is.
up
Wait,
somebody
why
else?
is that going to skip?
Oh,
two?
that was your plan the whole time. Now I get what his plan was. Good try.
No double
You know
jumps.
what? I'm with them in that I think this should be 7, but I think you should bump the other 2 up. Don't let episode 3 jump. Episode 3 is better than this movie.
Well, 5. Solo should be 5. A lot
I
of
even
people are
almost
saying
make the
Solo should
argument
be
you should have
5.
it at 8 and just move
Let's move
everything
Solo
up.
up. Move Solo up.
Well, I'm okay.
I don't know if I feel Solo in my
Hold on.
top
Go ahead.
five.
Go ahead. Jedi. What do you say?
So listen, 5, 6, 7. It really doesn't matter. I'm okay actually putting this in 5. This had one of the best.
Yeah.
I know people hated that Han died. I get that. Talk about when people cried. Okay, I didn't bawl, but the reaction from Chewie when Han died,
Yeah, that's
I
pretty good.
almost lost it. I mean, I was like, the wingman could not save his partner, the guy he would have liked that to.
Rubin, where do you have it?
That scene moved me.
On top of that, he shot
That-
Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren was fighting it off, hitting his side.
Yeah, I know that. That was the worst part of this movie for me. Was just like, what the hell?
Everybody gets
Rubin,
down on the whole. Everybody gets upset about the way Han died, but how would you have wanted him to die?
I
was
didn't
still
mind the way he
convinced
died.
the one who triggered the lightsaber. Up until
I
we
mean-
eventually, they finished the trilogy and they
mean,
never addressed it again.
What
I
is he gonna
thought
blow up
Han.
in the Millennium Falcon? Is he gonna get shot by a stormtrooper?
No, I mean, that's a good point.
He
There is no
died
good
trying to
way for
save
Han
his
to die.
kid. He died trying to, and he ultimately did that in 9. He ultimately brought his kid back, literally from the dark side to the light.
Well, he didn't.
Let's
The
That
memory
was just in
did.
Kylo's
his
head.
mom, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the mom.
Well, no, his mom brought him back, and he stayed there because of the memory of Han.
That should have been
Like,
Leia
how-
in that scene, not Han.
But
In my
she was
opinion.
dead.
She could
They
force
couldn't-
ghosts just like
I
anybody
mean-
else, man.
No.
No, but
Carrie
the
was
I think
dead.
Ruben's got a point.
Yeah.
Harry was dead.
I think Ruben's got a point, and that's what I think of when I watch the movie. Is I don't hate the fact that he died. I kind of expected the fact that they would kill
Yeah, I
off
knew
the
he was
old
gonna die.
characters
Yeah.
in favor of the new ones. Everybody knew
Obi-Wan.
that. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people knew that going in. But the way that he died, I didn't even have a huge problem with that. To me, it was a little bit off, but like Ruben said, who else is going to kill him in that movie?
No.
You're gonna have like General Hux shoot him. I mean, what?
Yeah, you want the Millennium
Like-
Falcon to blow up and it'd be like, oh, Han's dead?
No.
Yeah,
I don't even
I
have.
agree.
I don't even have a problem with Ben killing him. That's not my. It's how it was. It's how it's done. With
I
this
get it.
plan.
What
Was it
I
gonna be
get
like a
it, but-
duel between an old man and a Jedi or a Sith?
No,
Or
where
a Lord or
I think where Han would actually try to turn him. Okay, I got him, and then Kylo does something really dirty.
That's what happened.
That's what
No.
happened. He tried to turn him.
All right, you know what? The real reason why we don't like the sequels, the
What?
friggin' Knights of Ren were used wrongly.
Well, yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
But that's not
Yeah,
why
you
I
did
don't
that
like the
wrong.
prequels, and it's not that I don't that I do dislike the prequels. I'm actually
They,
would be fine if we put this in 5, because I get it. It's a complete rehash of Episode 4, but it got everyone excited for Star Wars again.
Mhm.
And
Yes, it
It
everybody's
got
in the
me excited for
balcony,
Star
like,
Wars
not
again,
shooting
even
at
though
him,
it was.
like-
I still like Solo better.
Well,
But-
basically, it's my first Star Wars movie with my wife. So you know what?
The fact that Solo
I
has
say 5. I mean, there were a couple of scenes
That
in
could be
there,
fun.
like when you saw the Millennium Falcon again. Again, I'm a sucker for fan service. I admit
Chewie,
it,
we're home.
but
Yeah.
it had a lot of great. It had some good scenes.
I don't think it's better than Solo. I don't think it's better than. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, and so don't also just give me Solo. Like Solo wasn't that great. It was okay,
It wasn't that great. That's what I'm saying. I just don't.
but that's why I'm leaning.
I
more
don't think
towards
either one of
Episode
these.
7. The only reason we have Solo is
I don't
because
think
we
any
got
of the movies
Episode
we
7.
have. I'll say it right now. I don't think any of the movies we have after 4 were "quote unquote" great. Or even
I don't think this is
necessarily
better than
that good.
Episode 3, though. Unfortunately, I just don't think this is better than Episode 3.
Yeah, I don't think that either.
So what do you do? Dom's
And
idea.
I think a lot of the chat said to move those two up. A lot of the chat said move those two up.
Yeah, but
then
I
put
have
it
a
at
problem
six.
with that because I don't like Solo in my top 5. If we were to break this out, in
Yeah,
top
people
5,
don't like.
you know,
Yeah,
we're
I
doing
get
both
it.
sides.
Sit
Solo's
at
Solo's
five.
That's
not
what some
good.
people
episode
said. They said
five.
like
What do
it's
you do?
bad.
Five.
Look, it says
Keep
this is
Solo at
it,
six.
and I get this.
And
I
put,
get this. It's depressing. It is.
Exactly.
Break it at 7.
It is, but the problem, it's not about it being depressing or not. It is 100% depressing that Solo is 5. I agree, but the facts are the facts.
Well, no, it's not facts. It's your opinion
don't we-
against other people's opinions.
Well, other
Why don't
people's
we-
opinions are similar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's
So-
why I'm
so what's-
arguing the point of not making that R5.
Okay, move 3 to
Put
5.
Put
Put
move
3 to 5 and
to,
put 7 to 7.
yeah. What Rubin said.
Put 3 to 5, 7 to 7.
Well, wouldn't if Force Awakens was better than Solo, wouldn't you put it at 6 and move
I
Solo to
also
seven?
didn't
Leave
say
Solo
Solo
at
was
6,
better than.
put Force
I
Awakens
would
at
personally
7,
do that. That's
and
me.
put-
But everybody in the chat is like, Solo's better. And
Mhm.
Ready to sit.
They're saying
There's
it's
only
depressing,
one
but Solo's
spot.
better. That's what they're
it's
saying.
one spot, and I don't.
I
say
think
move-
Solo suffered
Yeah,
from
just-
timing as well. So, okay, move Solo to 5. I'm okay. I
Nope.
know Pete doesn't like it.
Jesus Christ, Pete.
This
All
is
right,
Pete's
send all your
ranking.
hate mail to
We're all just living
What
in
are
it.
you talking- I did exactly what Dusty said. I didn't
Yeah,
just
only
pull it out
one
of my ass.
guy out of the whole chat. All right,
No,
whatever.
I said that too.
Plus, I heard it from you guys too.
No, everybody. The beginning of the part. Everybody who said it.
We just
Ruben said
Ruben
it.
and I
Dom
just sold
said it.
Astro on 5.
Half of this, he just said Force Awakens. He can say, yeah. I mean, a lot of these people had moved. The Solo should be 5, be at least 5. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, let's go. Keep going, because this is going on too long. We gotta get the last two out of here. I love these, you know. Solo's definitely better. Yeah, Solo's better of the two. See, you got the chat going against you, Pete. Let Pete veto all he wants. They'll forget about what I said and they'll go right after Pete. All right. Where am I at? I
Last
forget.
Jedi.
10.
Eight.
Clone Wars
Eight.
or Attack of the Clone Wars.
8. 8.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
10.
8. There you
Yeah.
go.
I like parts of this.
I'm not moving off 10.
You don't have to. You can keep saying 10 until his cows come home.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying in the other ones, my mind has been changed. My mind will not be changed in this.
Hey, Scott, watch everybody. It's Reda. Is it Redavision.com?
No. I don't check that email. Go ahead. Email it.
Ruben, where do you got this one?
I have it on 8.
8.
8, 9. You can't keep saying 15.
You guys know where I'm at on IG. You go ahead. You can send me any messages you want on IG. It's
It looks like it's going to sit at 8 or 9. 9's getting a lot of votes.
What are you talking about? There's a 9, a 10, a 9, a 9. I don't even
There's-
see an 8.
I
There
like
was
this
chat.
better
Yeah, it
than
started off
Phantom
with
Menace.
8s.
I have a
We
lot of
voted for
problems with
8s.
Phantom Menace.
So 8.
9. 9. No, it's probably going to go to 9.
What do we do with
9.
episode 1?
Before
You move
we
it
put
down?
it in 9,
9,
guys,
8.
consider the pod race announcers. Consider the crazy ass Gungan
Yes.
scenes we've got many of. Consider all the Roger
You had
Rogers.
Aura Singh in the mountains.
Consider the Jar Jars. Before you complain about Canto Bite, and before you complain, remember the silence of that kamikaze
The silence
ship
is good.
flying right through the Death Star. How
Something that Han
awesome was
Solo
that?
brought up. It
Was there
awesome.
anything?
Remember the annoying Holdo versus Poe storyline and Broom Boy and
It's at
Broom
9.
Boy
The
was
chat has
fine.
spoken.
Hey,
The chat's
Broom
spoken.
Broom Boy was a
just
whole
an issue.
90 seconds of that movie.
8. We got 8s, 9s, and a
Broom
couple
Boy's
of
coming.
8s.
seconds.
The 8s and the
Broom Boy's
10s
gonna
cross
come.
each other off, so it's going to be 9. Put it in 9. I disagree, but put it in 9.
So
Not
Phantom
always
Menace
fun.
is better.
No,
Ugh.
that's not what I'm saying. That's what the chat's saying.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. But that doesn't mean I gotta like it.
So you think the Phantom Menace is better than the Rise of Skywalker?
No.
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's me.
There's not a
Not by
single
much.
Oh wait! You say better than Last Jedi or better than Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, Phantom Menace
No.
is better than Rise of Skywalker.
No, you can't change your mind now. You've already, it's been secured. It's locked into place. JJ always at the end tries to swing around. You want more Qui-Gon. Okay.
10.
11.
10.
Even though
No.
Jedi just
Honorable
JJ
mention?
just gave us a whole thing. Last Jedi was 10. He's not moving off of it. Somehow this is now 10.
Wait a minute,
11.
so-
Well, I gotta go with what you guys put down.
You think
I would
honorable
put
mention.
this. Actually, I would put this above Last Jedi. Normally, I would. I seriously
Honorable
would. I would put
mention.
it. If it was just me doing this, it'd be at 9.
Honorable mention. Good day,
Nope,
sir.
10.
Honorable
No,
mention.
put it at
11.
10.
Put it at
11.
10.
We got 11. They're piping up. 11.
Attack of the Clones is worse.
I think
It is.
a lot
Attack
of
of the Clones
11.
is worse.
11. Toilet.
They had Obi-Wan go to some 50s era diner somewhere in space.
James,
Fuck
James,
this
I don't know if
alien
that's a
with
typo from
mustache.
Hey,
James.
hey, Dad,
gonna
James,
break
that's
the tie.
not Cantina's winning.
Cloners.
James won.
I'm gonna
James
break.
won.
I'm gonna break.
Oh, there
the
you go.
tie.
Oh, he
It
bet
was a
11.
typo,
He bet
okay.
11.
I'm gonna say
Go.
11. I'm gonna say honorable mention.
Oh,
Honorable mention.
No.
Rise
Honorable mention.
Skywalker.
Hey,
no.
got honorable mention?
No.
Dude, Rube,
I think Pete and I are prepared to die on this hill.
you can't die on it,
I
dude.
would try, but we're talking.
Whoa, it came back. Dude, Ruben's got it at like 4. Ruben, where do you have this?
If I'm comparing them, then yeah, I would probably put it at 10.
Damn, you're really hitting your things low. You
Well,
so
okay,
high.
look, the way this setup is now, then I would
Yeah, the
probably
way this
put it-
played out, it's tough.
It's tough.
It is tough because I know where Ruben's he's kind of he's resolved himself to like we lost these fights already,
Well,
like we can't
yes.
go back. But
When you
yes,
start
if
pitting
I
them
would
all
rank
against
these,
each other,
I
they
would rank the sequels above the
I'm
prequels.
quitting the show if this doesn't end up in 11.
It doesn't have to be 11. Attack of the Clones is worse. We can have this discussion, right? Tell me why Attack of the Clones is better.
All right, what's better?
Oh, is
Phantom
that
Menace or
a
Attack of
2?
the Clones?
Oh,
And
okay.
I do not like episode 9. Do not get me wrong. I have my problems with episode 9, but there's still parts of episode 9 I can find redeeming. Attack of the Clones was just hot garbage thrown in my face
Felicity.
minute after minute.
Because I literally could not find one redeeming
Man speaks the
factor.
truth.
I can't find one redeeming factor in 9. It is literally killed the trilogy, killed its own trilogy. It's the word. It's
As
the word.
cliched as it may be, all the other ships
Look at this
finally
scene
showing
where
up
they're
to help
falling
them.
off the ship that's
It
in the
was still
water
exciting.
sideways.
They're
Trying
finally
to
here
redo.
to
I'm
help
at the
them.
high ground, and it's not
I'm a
even that
Sith
good,
Eternal.
bro.
I'm all Jedi.
Sand.
11.
I'm gonna float you a biscuit at the dinner table, and this is how we fall in love. 'Cause
Horses on starships in water.
I'm gonna ride some weird ass
Cormac.
elephant beast creature, and we're gonna
Are we
laugh
really
and giggle,
going to
roll around
argue
in
about
flowers.
10 I am
because
now
I'm
a
watching.
Skywalker.
Really sold the Sith troopers.
Are we
I
really
am going to
argue
find
about
a dagger in the desert.
Yes, the Goonie dagger
Hey,
was garbage.
Ochi Basan. He's a cool character.
Dead Skull. He's not a cool character.
No,
He's not even cool. They tried to make him cool in the comics. He sucks in the comics
Yeah,
too.
don't give me Ochi down.
Don just
Oh,
added
Jesus.
on. Don's helping out this side. Don turned to the dark side. Yeah.
The
Giving us
little
more
dude was
ammo.
funny. The little dude was the little
Pablo
guy who
Frick.
was moaning
Oh,
Myrtle.
Pablo
Did the voice.
Pablo
Abu
Frick.
Frick.
Babu Frick.
Yeah. He was
Babu
music.
Frick for
I like
2
that.
minutes
I
on
like
the
that
screen.
guy.
Babu Frick is good.
He was cute. I like that guy. Babu
Yeah.
Frick, man, come on.
As much as you laugh, give me something from Attack of the Clones that
I'm
you
gonna
will
change
hang your
my
hat
vote.
on.
Yo,
Tell me
Jango
something from
Fett.
Attack of the Clones you're gonna want you hang your hat on. This
Jango
party's
Fett.
over, mother. Like,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that
say I'm gonna say episode 9 goes in 10 and 2 goes in honorable mention. I'm gonna change.
Attack of
Because
Clones.
Yes.
I also
Yes.
like a C3PO
Yes.
scene.
You
whenever
are
he
speaking the
said-
truth,
Starting
Jedi.
victory.
I
Put it in
also
honorable
like the
mention.
C3PO scene when he said, "I'm looking at my friends" or something. That really. I
Oh,
almost
that
cried
was
at
so
Yeah.
dumb. And then
Yeah,
he turned
that
into a
was touching.
Sith. That
Loved
was
it.
so
that hit
stupid.
in the
He
field.
turned into a
Loved
Sith.
it.
A robot turned into a Sith. Are you kidding me?
To a Sith, you just read Sith.
Loved it.
He just read Sith. He didn't
You
turn
just
into a
read
Sith.
He translated it.
Oh my god.
I've all
Screenshot.
that.
I'm-
He knew he
Over.
knew
I'm
Sith.
aggravated. You guys just rehashing parts of this movie makes me want to punch my nutsack right
Come
now.
on, Babu Frick.
Just
Babu
what you
Frick.
guys are saying about
Again.
this movie.
$5 on that. Go ahead.
Rehash Attack of the Clones.
Hey, yeah, I didn't have a big.
You
I didn't have that
watch Attack of
huge
the Clones
problem
this
when
week.
they're in the thing. You do get Jango. I thought Jango's head rolling was actually fucking hilarious, dude.
Hey, I've already screenshotted this. It's going to be on.
I
my
thought it was
iTunes
great.
Tuesday, so it's over.
Yeah, good. It's done. He called it. It's done. That's hey. You know what that is? That's like a what do they call it? Where you just keep talking till the time's up. That's what I just did right there.
Yeah, you filibustered the whole
filibustered
thing.
it. I filibustered the list.
Mr. Smith
What?
goes to
Wait a minute.
Washington on our
You
ass.
switched it. Ah,
Filibustered.
I could switch it, but I'm not going to switch it because
No. Yeah,
You like
Rise
me
was the
down,
worst
but-
because they had a Sith temple and no Sis. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
Yeah, there's a
screenshot
lot
it
of
before you
problems.
switched it.
Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah, that was weird. And I also agree that Brainiac, Emperor being held up
Well,
by the
listen.
machine thing was also a little bit weird.
The one thing that nobody talks about is that Rey buried the lightsaber in sand, and that was a huge smack in Vader's face.
You're acting like she knew the story.
Damn, Tom.
Know the story. She
Ruben's
didn't watch
gonna be on next week.
the movie and say, "Oh, he likes sand. He doesn't like sand. Let me go bury them real quick."
Sand. It gets all over the place.
C3PO.
I'm going to take your last name, but I'm going to smack you in the face by burying his
We
name.
waited 3 years, and all we got was Attack of the Clones. We waited 3 years with everything planned out, and that's what they decided to give us.
Oh shoot!
That
I'm actually
pile of
debating
garbage.
this list now. Time out. Are we talking about the original version of New Hope, or are we talking about the remastered version?
It's
Because the
over.
remastered
No,
version of New Hope,
no.
Han didn't shoot first. That ain't a top 3 movie.
Oh, well, shit. If we're going to do that, then absolutely Rogue One goes above the remastered version of Jedi. Because you take out the Ewok song and you add in that weird-ass band in Jabba's palace.
Agree.
And
You know what? We're
Anakin's
re-racking.
face
Don't forget-
is-
Re-racking.
We're re-racking.
Hayden's
Jedi, you're
face
going to take another
over the
screenshot.
ghost.
We're moving.
Re-racking.
rabbit hole.
Re-racking.
Rogue One.
Re-racking.
Next week.
No,
will be
no, no.
special
Stop
edition.
re-racking. Put it back. We're just calling it a day.
I'm doing it.
No, you cannot re-rack. Do not re-rack this. Go back, Pete. All right. Hey, I hope everybody had fun. The last 30 minutes, you'll hate your head. Don't do that. Get out of there.
Make
with
it
that.
right.
Pete.
I'm just
put it
making
back.
my list now.
Pete, put it back. Pete,
I know.
put
It doesn't matter. We have it. All
right, we got it.
Like I said,
All right,
Jedi's got the screenshot. I'm
hey,
just
good
having
stuff.
fun here at the end.
We needed to. Ruben, tell since you work for Lucasfilms, they would like you to tell George Lucas personally that they need a Darth Ray spinoff.
Empress.
I
Empress
think
Ray.
I think that's absolutely true. They're going to make Ray. They're going to have a whole story with her, Finn. Even the broom boy is going to be taught. Everything's going to be great. Y'all going to see.
Let me ask
By
this.
the way, did you
This
guys
is-
put
this is sure to make-
put that list back up? One other reason why 2 can't be in the honorable mention.
Why?
Where is it? Do you see
What?
what's behind me? Do you guys know what's
Blurriness?
behind me?
Yeah, what are you trying to give me motion sickness now?
That is-
Trying to just confuse me?
That's literally the poster for
Hold
2
on.
behind me the whole time. That's literally that was the banner things that they
Show me
hanged up-
again.
that
Show
they
me
hung
again
up for
because
the
we couldn't
promo.
see it.
That was the
Oh,
promo
because of that?
for 2.
Come on. How many times I talked about
Oh, for
Django? That Django was the best part of the.
Yeah, 10. Put in 10. All right,
Don't
either way.
give me
get it out.
Django.
Come on.
Don't give me Django. When I
Are we
saw
showing
Django,
these there? Look,
I'm like, wait a second. Really?
Oh,
The first
boo.
meet from Speed 2 is Boba Fett? That's what you're giving me?
There
Yeah.
you go. Ruben's getting his
The guy
his
helping
back.
out, the replacement
All
for
of them.
Keanu Reeves is now Boba Fett. Come on.
So, too, let me put that Daniel Logan. Please enunciate and speak up in your role where you whispered the entire time as child Boba Fett. That was annoying.
Yep, that was annoying.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Ray had all the Jedi in her. Okay.
I want to ask.
Joe,
Can I
that's
ask Ruben
important.
something while he's on here?
Yeah, ask Ruben.
This
Go
is
ahead.
sure to make Jedi mad, but I am curious about this. The 2 stories that we've seen, they're non-canon because they made them that way. After the sequel trilogy were in Visions, did you watch any of those and did you have opinion on them? I think it was Ninth Jedi and the twins. Yeah.
Jedi just left.
Don't answer that question.
No, the only thing
I didn't know if
liked
you saw them and had an opinion on them.
No, the only thing I liked about Visions is that I'm always like about what's canon, what is meant to be. But what I liked about Visions, I could just turn my brain off and just enjoy an anime. That's all. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of those. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
You ever tried
Yeah,
watching
cool.
it?
You
in
kinda have to,
Japanese?
though,
It's not
for
so
the
much
anime.
fun.
I want to.
It's not a lot of fun.
We should have
Let's
never
do
done
that
that. We
movie,
ruined that for Jedi. All right, next.
I don't think so. Jedi brought us back at the end.
What Jedi hates those. He will never watch them again, even in English.
I mean, I had to watch.
Oh, he'll
season
watch
2.
them.
Hopefully, there's not a season 2.
There will be a season 2.
Yeah.
If you guys ever have me again,
We will.
topics.
You're always welcome.
Topics. Luke's character arc. Why it actually
Oh,
makes
boy.
sense. Okay.
Why they should what?
I said Luke's character arc and why it makes sense. That's a great one. If you want to do Raylo, we could do that.
No. No, we're not gonna do that.
Do-
No.
Do all
Yeah,
the
lots of
topics
jokes.
that piss Marco.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do them all. Dude, I'll sit
Well,
here and
let's
I'll,
just get about
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely not. Okay, no, Ruben, you're always invited back. It was great to have you. Thank you very much. We know that you had to go out of your way to give us some time to come on here, so we do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
but no, it was great.
Thank
It
you.
was great to have you on, and thank you for everything
was.
you do for the channel too, for helping us out in the,
Hey,
in the
Ruben,
chat.
We're
And
gonna have to start discussing our
yes.
picks. We have to talk about.
All right, Team Han Solo, you guys can keep talking about.
Yeah, so you can do it all you want.
You know
Tell
what?
Nice now
Hey,
first
we
last.
instantly win if there's a Han Solo hologram of a wanted poster. That's an instant win. I'm just letting you guys know that. Right?
All right, I'm glad everybody had a good time. I'm glad people don't take it that seriously.
Yeah,
I hope you guys had fun. I hope you did, because I did. And it was definitely a good one. Next week we're going to have Christmas gift reveals. What we got?
we got to do our draft.
We're doing our draft.
And the
So
draft.
we'll see.
Big
We'll
draft
see
day.
Dom draft.
Han
Draft
Solo.
Han Solo first. Cool.
Hey, is there a list that we have to pick one, or we just pick any?
No, you can pick from whatever you guys
We pick
want.
for everybody. We made like a rough list. Good night,
You have
guys.
to pick from it.
We made a list that you can go out there and pick from, but you can add in throw in characters. Like, try not to get. Well, do whatever you want.
Yeah, you
All
can do
right.
whatever you like.
If you want,
Your draft
yeah,
picks.
Ruben, if you want, we could do an IG chat and talk instead of
Han
texting
Solo.
back and forth. I'll
Sounds
come
good.
up with.
As long as you pick Han Solo with one of your picks, I don't care.
Hey,
Do
that
not
might be a
care.
winning touchdown there, baby.
Please. All right.
I see Jedi chomping at the bit. Like, please.
Yeah, he's
take
got to go
Han
eat.
Solo.
He's got to go eat. He's got to go
Right
eat.
after
It's past
you.
his bedtime and dinner time. I mean, all right. Thank you once again, Ruben. We really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. And everybody else, the New Year's Day, which will be number 2. If you want to get on, you want to
January
hang
2nd.
out. What? January 2nd.
Yep,
Yes.
January
Much like
2nd.
Ruben did. Let us know. We'll get everything figured out for you. How do I get drafted? Darth, you're not showing up in the video. You're not showing up there. Oh, you
Hey,
mean
if
not.
you want to, I'm kind of speaking before I've even cleared it. Well, we've kind of talked about it. Anybody that wants to send in some videos or whatever, I hope we're welcoming that because that's how I got my start. If anybody remembers back almost a year ago, I sent in a video, and look at me now. So yeah, send in a video.
Astro
It's
just
fun to
informed
see.
me. We're the third. So Astro just said I'm the third pick. Is that what I drew?
Oh yes, you picked third.
Okay.
Guess who the first pick is, JJ?
Perfect.
Who? You or Jedi?
Of course it's me.
Marco picked one.
Submit the videos too. If you guys can't make it in time, you just want to say something. You have to work. You have to do whatever. That's fine too. Just submit videos. Submit it in, either put it on there. Pete, where can they submit it? Just submit it to one of us on IG or let us know, and we'll let you go. A video of anything, huh? No, Zaggy, not of anything. We're gonna put up a list.
IG.
We'll post it to. Well, you know what? We're gonna post it to IG this week. Tomorrow, after the thing, we'll post it. It's the list of stuff.
Don't send us clips of XYZ's website.
XYZ. We're not doing that, Zaggy.
Hey, listen, you can send video clips of your collection. You know,
Yeah. Just talk about whatever it was. All I know is, like Jedi said, he sent in a clip, and then he got hooked, and then we suckered him into this show forever. So
Yeah, we can
Can
put
you
on
do
a
it
whole
a year now?
segment there.
Jeez,
Number one
what's that?
draft pick.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've done a great
number
job.
one.
Hey, didn't you come in an aluminum hat? You had aluminum foil. In
He
your head,
did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He did. That was exactly his thing, like conspiracy theory aluminum hat or something like that. It was great, man. He
Yeah.
actually made the aluminum hat himself. He's like, "Do you think this will play?" I was like, "We're gonna try. I bet it will."
No, but I'm very honored that they found me on Instagram with my collection and they started talking to me. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. No. It's cool. You've been to the house.
Just,
I mean,
these guys talking comic
Ruben,
books.
we really do appreciate it. Yeah, we always like everybody. Ruben, we really do. Once again, thank you so much. It was fun. I hope we weren't too hard on you.
No
I think you handled it well.
Are you gonna
The
go
chat-
home now and like rethink?
You handled
your thing?
Marco's nonsense pretty well.
You're
Yeah.
sequel trilogy.
I still love it.
Hey, you know what?
You can.
And
That's what
it
makes
is, man.
Star
You
Wars
love
great.
Star Wars. That's all you need to do.
Thank
We
you,
could
Sean.
fight.
Marco,
and
you
talk about it,
succeeded.
but-
I'm sorry, Ruben, you succeeded. I hate it less. So good job.
That's all I wanted. One guy to be like, you know what?
Mission
all right.
accomplished.
Mission
There you
accomplished.
go.
I actually remember now why I hate the trilogy so much. Actually,
Oh, no.
unfortunately.
Oh Jesus!
Tell
All
me.
right, on that bombshell, we'll see you.
All right.
Uh,
See ya.